On this episode, we watched In Another World with My Smartphone.
I wish I was in another world without this anime.
There's an app for that.
Hi, and welcome to another episode of the Daijou Crew. It's your host, as always, Sigurd here, and with me in this other world are my two boon companions.
Julian of the Azure Sky.
And your least favorite wizard, Hua.
Are you saying you're a wizard, what?
No, I'm just everyone's least favorite wizard.
That's definitely the Ice King.
All right.
He's the Ice King.
He's a wizard.
He's a wizard. Did you not see him in the wizard duels?
Yeah, he did all
I
kinds
always
of
figure
wizard-
like they never acknowledge him as a wizard. Like
Anyone who can cast magic and has a pointy hat is definitely qualified to be a wizard.
Wait, does he have a pointy hat? I thought he
no,
had a crown.
it's a crown.
It's a pointy hat to me.
Sure, okay.
I guess you do put it on your head and it's
Agree
pointy.
to disagree.
Yeah,
then.
it is pointy and it's on your head. It's a hat. What the hell?
Well, let's talk about what qualifies a hat. I thought a hat had to fully encompass your head.
I don't know, man. Some dudes got big ass heads.
Is a yarmulke a hat?
Yeah.
I mean, those big
That was
feather
actually a
hat
hat.
that Native American wear are called like chief hats or something, right?
I don't know.
Let's not get too racist.
I thought that was a headdress, but is a headband a hat?
No, it's one around your head.
If you wore a chicken on your head, is that a hat?
Yeah, they got chicken hats all over the place. You got chicken hats. Snake had a alligator hat.
And is always your favorite hot dogs bucket hats?
What the hell
The
are you talking about?
the Daijou Crew switches their focus into a hat podcast now.
All
No,
right.
this is Team Fortress 2.
Well, so yeah, we're a podcast, and we're here to talk to you guys about bad anime.
Our Lord and Savior, Simon.
Simon?
Simon.
Why'd you bring him into this?
Because he's my Lord and Savior.
Which Simon?
Simon. Shimon.
Which one?
Simon.
Yeah, of.
Adventure Time. Simon the Wizard.
I can't tell
Also
right
known
now.
as- also known as Ice
The
King.
great Ice
Oh,
King,
okay.
Simon.
We're bringing it all the way back to the Ice King.
Coming full circle once again.
It wasn't my intentions. My intentions are good.
So, what we actually do on this podcast is discuss anime that wasn't really well received by the general audience based off different metrics. We usually use my anime list. But, I mean, this one had a lot of hype at the very beginning.
Did it?
Yeah, a lot of people were like actually kind of like, oh, this one's kind of funny.
People
I'd like to remind our viewers that Wah and Sigurd are the only ones who really look at these things. I certainly do not at all.
Yeah.
I go in and I watch it, and that's
people
all that I do.
would
with
really was really like the light novel of this.
The light novel?
Of this series, which I heard really good reviews about.
But the anime itself, a lot of people ended up dropping.
I don't know if there's ever been a light novel adaptation that's been good.
That's true. Anyways, one
Spoilers. I guess I didn't like this anime.
I mean, we don't know. So, with this one, I mean, I feel that, yeah, you know what? We'll get into it. We're going to shake things up a little bit. I'm pretty sure that for those longtime listeners that have been with us, that they're used to getting a clickbait segment after hearing what the whole anime was about. After listening to a bunch of our episodes, I felt like maybe we could do a change. And so
This
though
isn't
we
what I
usually
signed up
move
for.
into the what happened part of this podcast, we're going to give you a little preview of Isekai no Tomo smartphone wa denwa something ni by giving you the clickbait segment now. So this is In Another World with My Smartphone clickbait with Julian.
Oh, thank
Even
God.
God makes mistakes sometimes. And we're not talking about this anime, but the predicament of vanilla protag Toya Mochizuki. Smited on accident, Toya is re-raised into a world where monsters and magic exist with nothing but the clothes on his back and a smartphone. Can he and his modern Marvel survive in this era advanced by magic?
Oh, you decided to go with modern Marvel as well. Interesting.
Well, I mean,
Elegant.
if you think about smartphones, they're crazy, OP.
That's true. All right. Get me in here.
Sponsored by Boost Mobile. This is clickbait with S-Chan on In Another World with my smartphone.
Ring ring. Is that God calling? Well, it must be a wrong number since Toya Mochizuki time has come to an end. However, due to his politeness, God has decided to reincarnate him into another world. The one item he can bring with him from his past? Of course this millennial would choose his cell phone. How will the wonders of modern society help him out in this new world? We'll find out on Isekai wa Smartphone to Tomo ni.
This is why Sigurd's a baby boomer. He's out of touch with the
I'm not a
millennials.
baby boomer.
A millennial would bring their avocado toast.
Look,
you
you're
idiot.
old man. Oh, but kids these days, they can't keep their eyes off of their smartphones.
Can't keep my eyes off of
Oh, well,
avocado
you can't keep
toast.
your eye off your newspapers.
I mean, we did say earlier that a bunch of us were looking at our smartphones while watching this one.
Listen, man, I gotta grind out that EXP. I gotta do those events, man. I gotta get those elder guys. You don't even know, man.
Yeah, I saw Wilson working on the grind too. All right, last clickbait. This is In Another World with My Smartphone with Wa.
Toya is resurrected in a mystical world with dragons and magic. How would he survive? With his smartphone, of course. Follow his OP harem as he victoriously conquered lands and women.
I feel like Gua has, of course, in his clickbaits, 7 out of 10 times.
Well, it's Wa, of course.
Of course. Yeah, I mean, of course they're going to have these things.
I think it's a good formula for Wa because it's like, I'm going to lead you in with something that sounds ridiculous. And then he gives you the answer and solution.
It's like a question, and then, of course, this is going to happen.
Of course. Like,
on.
come on,
I
bro.
don't need you guys to justify. I just wanted to point it out. I just want to know if you guys see it too.
I
didn't,
feel like
actually.
it is, but I'm looking at my past clickbait, and I haven't used it in quite a while.
It just sounds like a very Wa statement, I think.
I guess so.
It's how I speak. It's how I write.
It's not that-
I don't know if
guess.
you really speak.
I
Of
don't.
course. All right, so now
Wait, but that like fourth word you used, did you say Draken?
Huh?
Did you say Draken?
that first sentence was a struggle. All right.
I don't
Toya,
know. I don't know. I don't
Toya,
know.
world, and resurrection.
Yeah, I
that
don't know.
was
I don't know why I couldn't say Rex.
Wait, I need to know what that. What did you say?
Resurrection.
And magic?
Huh?
What and magic?
Dragon and magic.
Oh, dragon.
Dragon
Yeah.
and Magic. Well,
I don't know why I couldn't say it. Well, it's weird.
it's late. That's why.
Maybe.
So, as always, which hasn't happened, let us know in the comments or something who had the best clickbait. I will say that this one seemed like a big struggle compared to our other ones. I think today's like an off day, guys.
This anime was a big struggle.
Yeah, I think so. Gosh.
Big troubles.
in Little China,
This is not China.
which was another world to
Like
that
little
guy.
Vietnam.
Little Congers. So,
Little Tokyo, really.
This is definitely not Little Tokyo.
but I'll tell you what you want to know. And that's what actually happened in this podcast. So let's move on to that next segment that we always do.
Wow.
What happened? So, what happened, guys?
Well, God messed up.
Yeah, God did mess up indeed.
God goofed.
God goofed and struck lightning down a random sector where he apparently didn't think anyone would be.
He didn't strike it, man. He just dropped it.
Yeah,
Yeah, he just like he was like, "Whoop!" I dropped it. And I didn't think anyone was there.
Oops.
but it accidentally struck Toya. I can't say his name very well. Mochizuke?
Mochizuki.
Toya is fine.
Yeah, Toya's good enough.
T-Dog.
T-boy.
T-Man.
It's
The
T.
T100.
So Toya is having a pleasant conversation with God in what looks like a modest Japanese apartment living room. He had
Really?
his TV.
The clouds?
Yeah. Well,
That made you think of a room? That open space?
apart from the clouds and being in the sky, he just had one of those like
Tattoo.
the little like heated table things and a bookcase behind him and a TV. That's all God got.
That's all God need.
Yeah, so he tells young Toya like, "Oh, well, I'm sorry I dropped that on you." And Toya's like, "It's okay."
Yeah, he's very calm for being killed.
And he said that he doesn't really hit him yet. But God's like, "Well, that's all right. Doesn't need to hit you because guess what? I'm going to reincarnate you in
That's
another
not what
world."
reincarnation is, man. He
Yeah.
said, "Here, I'll give you a do-over."
Yeah, basically,
But you
it
can't choose
wasn't
the
even-
same server.
Not the same server, and you get to keep all your gear. Well, not all your gear, but you get to keep all your memories from the
World
previous server.
transfer only includes one piece of gear.
How much would a world transfer cost in Final Fantasy?
$18.
Ooh, that's a lot. So God gave Toya an $18 discount, free world transfer, and told Toya you can bring one piece of gear from your previous world with you.
But no money.
And yeah,
Or up to 1 million gil.
up to 1 million gil. And
It's the least he could do for killing him.
I think
Yeah.
you could tell from the title of this anime, the one thing he decides to take with him is
His mom.
His no, muscle man. Not his
The
mom.
god himself.
God's TV. Oh, I would have took God's TV.
That's a different anime.
I've been like, you did this to me. I'll take your
I'll
TV.
take your TV.
I couldn't sleep because of you. You ain't gonna sleep because of me.
That would have been good. But no, he asks if he could use his cell phone in the other world. God makes it so that he won't be able to contact anyone but God himself, and also that he won't have to worry about charging his phone because magic exists.
You can charge it with magic. Why not?
Why
And,
not?
Preloads Google Maps with all of the current world's like things.
Did he do that? I don't even remember that.
Yeah, that's how he was able to find out where things were. So Toya suddenly wakes up and he's in another world, and there's a tree
With his smartphone.
with his smartphone. Yeah,
It all comes full circle.
I see what the title comes in now.
and it's
Like, where do we go from here?
just, yeah, that's exactly how Toya wakes up. He's just like, all right, I'm in this other world.
Well, you just gotta get lucky and hope that someone wants your clothes.
some creepy old guy, they pull up like, hey kid, I want your clothes.
I
I'll
like
pay-
them clothes.
I'll pay top dollars for them.
So yeah,
I think
Toya
he did too.
Toya thinks he's gonna walk towards the town that's off in the distance, and God, with his preloaded map, calls him and says like, "Okay, I'm glad you made it safe. I'm God, and I made that happen. And your Google Maps can tell you to go over there." And
I need to stop us for a second and just say it. This is probably the shittiest god that's ever been in an anime.
oh my God, yeah, there was no personality whatsoever.
Just
so-
like everyone.
Gosh. So, as Toya's starting to walk, he realizes he has no money. God did say that he would allow Toya to be able to use magic and understand most like common skills in the world, and also get like a +1 bonus to all stats. So
So +1 to charisma.
charisma,
Plus 20 to
dex. Well, he already had that charisma
Yeah.
within him.
I think he was at
I don't
he
know
was at
about that,
19.
He charmed God.
He was at 19.
like
God gave him
talking to a
+1 to make it 20.
I guess it isn't hard to charm a blanket. So yeah,
There's two web blankets charming each other.
basically. So Toya's walking along, and some rich man in a cart zooms by, sees Toya, who's wearing his school uniform, which is like, it looks like a business suit, but it's not. But he's in a fantasy
Is that what
world.
it is wearing?
It
A
looks
school
like it.
uniform?
I think
I
it
don't
was a school
remember.
uniform.
Can you imagine that? Like back in the other world, like he's just there, dead on the floor, hit by lightning, and like his classmates just find him, like
What I would imagine is if you got struck by lightning, usually your sneakers get blown off, but he still had those.
Well, that wasn't him anymore,
Oh, that's true. That's true. It's just a figment of his imagination.
I guess. Up in God's apartment.
So this man takes Toya into the city, saying like, "I want to buy your clothes." And then
I want to buy you.
after Toya takes off his clothes,
He becomes Griffith.
he gets he gets peeping Tomed on because he's in his like undershirt and boxers, and then
It was like, I want those too.
the old man's like, "I want them too. Give me those clothes too. I'll give you all the money." So
Yeah, that dude was a creeper.
yeah, super creepy.
Because it was like one to cut. He was like smelling his clothes.
Yeah, this anime has a lot of little cutscenes in between.
Like cute chibi things, but then they were like
It's kind of like to show progression and give a little bit of insight into what you just watched. So yeah, this old man gives Toya money. So Toya has money now. And as he's walking the streets with his smartphone, he realizes he can't read any of the signs. However, on his smartphone,
Which is weird because they were all in English.
were they?
Yes.
Wait,
It
really?
was just a terrible font.
Oh,
It was all English.
I couldn't tell either.
Oh, actually, yeah, no, you're right. Because yeah, it's weird. It's like what's it called? Have you ever seen those font? Like it looked like alien letters, but it's
Yeah.
actually in the shape of like a B or like the natural
Oh, I
alphabet.
didn't catch that.
If you ever looked
I thought it was
at
like
the
Kazakh.
middle of the episode,
Uh-huh.
the little cut thing where it has the weird ass writing around the border. It says "In another world with my smartphone,"
Oh yeah. I noticed that.
and then
I think I noticed because like he was reading some of the spells, and you can actually see what they're called.
Mm-hmm.
what was the continue? There was signs were in English.
Okay, so as he realizes he can't read, he's like, I guess I'm just gonna walk around until I kind of fall into a profession. And that's when he hears, a little bit of arguing happening in a deep, dark alleyway. As he gets closer to it, there's these two girls. They look like sisters, have purple hair, and they look like they're going through some kind of exchange.
Like lovers to me.
And so these muggers, basically the transaction that was going down is, I collected this random side quest item and I gave it to you, but the NPC does not want to pay out what the reward was. So Toya comes in, he's like, I'm suave, and I got a +1 bonus in all stats. I think I can do this. It's like, hey, girls, how much is that glass antler you just gave them? And they're like, it's a gold piece, but they're trying to shake us down to a silver piece. And so
That's crazy. That's like 10 silver pieces for a gold piece.
I know, right? Ugh. And so he goes, okay, I'm buying it. And the guy goes like, no, I own it. And then he just throws a rock and breaks the glass antler.
It's like, doesn't matter. I owned it. I bought it. I can do whatever I want.
It's like, I'm rich.
Honk, honk.
So
here's some change, peasants.
yeah. So the muggers start to attack Toya, who has a Spider-Man like Tobey Maguire moment.
No, it's called Ultra Instinct. Gang, 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 gotcha, daze.
Guy goes in for a punch, and Toya's like, oh my god, he's moving so slow. And then decides to do the classic elbow knee combo. And one of the long-haired girl of the two girls that were getting assaulted goes into action herself and starts beating the crap out of them. And then the short-haired girl does magic. So
Does she now?
I think so.
I can't
remember.
Yeah.
Either way, Toya's like, oh, I guess I didn't need to really help you guys, but thanks.
But I helped you anyways.
The two girls thank Toya and are immediately charmed by his +20 charisma to be like, hey, where are you headed? He goes, I'm trying to figure out a place to stay. I'm actually supposed to go to the inn called the Silver Moon. And lo and behold, that's where they're staying. So they,
let's shack up.
yeah, they kind of just walk to the Silver Moon with each other. And yeah, this is kind of how most of the anime progresses, really. Toya runs into a problem, meets a girl, saves them, fixes the problem, and they become friends. But there's more to it, a little bit more to it. But yeah, so these girls turn out to be their sisters, who are kind of like adventurers, and their names are Elsa and Linz. Elsa is the kind of fist fighter, front guard, and soon. I think she was kind of a tsundere. What do you guys think?
She absolutely was. Remember in a much later episode, she said
It's not like I like you or anything.
No. Like it's easy for her to be brash when it doesn't count, but then when it really does count, she's like, ooh.
Oh, that is tsundere. So soon, and then Linz is as the magic user, the one who is more like shy, but forward with her feelings when she's determined. So 2 anime tropes down. They end up doing some kind of mission with each other where they're supposed to cut some horns off some horny wolves. And, the
lower horns?
yeah, the horns. And they're like, you need to buy yourself a weapon, Toya, because how are you going to fight?
Can't fight with your bare hand. That's crazy.
And he buys
Says the lady that fighting with a bare hand.
hands, exactly.
She had gloves
She
on.
had gauntlets. Did she have boots, too?
No, did she? No, I think she only had the gauntlets.
Okay.
Pretty sure.
So
Who knows? Who cares?
so Toya buys a katana because
He's a weeb.
He's from Ishin.
that's what they assume. They're like, you said your name backwards.
Like
you must be from
idiot.
Ishin. Ishin, I guess, is Japan to them, and we'll
It
get into
is.
that a little bit
It
later.
is.
Yeah. So after fighting the wolves and showing his prowess with being able to fight so well, the two girls are like, hey, you know what? Working with you has been a pleasure. You're a nice, pleasant man who's polite, much like how God got a good taking to him. And they said, we should party up as a guild. And Toya solidifies the contract by saying, you know what? I don't know how to read, so maybe you can help me with that. They agree.
I don't read so good.
because it's embarrassing.
Me fail English? That's impossible.
So Toya expresses to Linz how he's also interested in using magic. And
Yeah, he's charged his phone somehow, right?
exactly, his phone was running out of juice. Much like how a millennial would be concerned. I bet you was like 15% needed to get that charge going. So in this world, there are many aspects to magic. Linz dumps out a little bag of like these different colored crystals.
Rocks.
These rocks, minerals.
Jesus Christ.
Marines of minerals.
And Linz goes, all right, if I pick up this blue mineral and I say, come forth water, if I'm adaptable to the water aspect, little water comes out. And a little stream of water
You're
comes.
a waterbender.
You could be a fire bender, an earth bender, a light bender, dark bender, and the null bender. So,
a cheater.
so
The whatever magic.
they go and
The
test
plot magic.
the plot magic, yeah. So they go out and test it out in the open because every crystal that Toya's touching it gets a strong resonance. Like when Linz had a little stream of water, Toya's is like a gushing waterfall.
16-year-old girl at a Bieber concert.
It just whoosh. And
Sploosh.
yeah, splooshes everywhere. So he turns out to be able to use all aspects of course.
What? That's unheard of. The most I could use is 3.
That's what Lynn says. And that gets her to be splooshing as well. She's like, whoa, so much magic. And Toya goes, well, what's the white crystal? And
The
he goes,
null magic.
that's the null magic. You can just say whatever you want. We call this the personal magic. For instance, if you say gate and you're able to use the gate, what's the family techniques in Naruto?
Kekkei Genkai?
Okay, if you have the gate Kekkei, you'll be able to create a portal where you can go to past places you went to. And he goes, that sounds cool. And then Tsundere Elza is like, I can use boost. Boost lets me punch people harder.
Or something.
Or make me faster or something. You know, it's...
I don't know. I beat up guys with this. And he was like, that's cool.
I say the word and I punch people.
It all works out.
And he goes, how do I know what my spell is? And Linz is like, well, if you just touch the null stone and try to cast null magic, if it shakes, then you know you're good. And
I
then,
do not understand the null magic stone concept.
well, it's just saying that like if you tried to cast null magic and you have a technique within you, and let's say, but that wasn't the right spell, the stone would still resonate, but you wouldn't be able to actually cast
Like it shows that you have a certain
Null
ability,
magic.
but you have to find it. But
you don't. You have to take the Me 23 to find out where your Kekkei Genkai is,
the ancestry.com to see what your lineage is.
and if you can cast Gate or not.
I
But
see.
so Toya's like, well, Gate sounds cool. Gato. And lo and behold, he can cast Gate.
Why you gotta say it like a weeboo?
Because that's what he said it. And then he tries Boosto. And he can boost.
They're like,
Meaning-
what? This is unheard of.
He can do everything.
What's mine is yours, and what's yours is mine.
That happens later. So, yeah, with this, we now understand that Toya is gifted in everything he touches, can use all kinds of magic. Linz gives him a whole compendium of personal magic, and she's like, just study all of it because you can do it.
Oh boy.
And he's like,
It's
okay.
time for my favorite magic.
Reading.
You would think there'd been a spell to be able to read.
I don't think so. That seems like a spell that comes in handy either way too early in life or way too late.
So, with that, they are like traveling to another mission, and Linz and Elze are like definitely like Toya's homies. They definitely appreciate the presence of
Those
Toya.
aren't homies. Those are hoes.
Okay, they were
They're groupies.
Toya, they were
They're like,
totally
oh, we're totally onto this.
totally Toya fangirls. And all of a sudden, Toya stares off into the distance, and there's some girl wearing a kimono, wielding 2 katanas. Right?
Oh my god, so you don't even know.
Did she? Yeah, she did have to, didn't she?
She did have 2. Oh wait, no, this isn't even that time yet. Forgot. He saves the Duke's daughter first.
Oh, sushi.
Sushi.
Let's get some
From
sushi
some
after
bandits.
All
this.
right, let's go into sushi first. So,
Oh, I don't want to go into sushi.
so on their way to a mission,
She's 8.
they No, they did run into Yae first, and then with
Yeah, no,
Yae's
you're right.
Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
then they went into Sushi.
So they're like, we're on this way in this mission, and there's a beautiful Japanese-looking girl over there.
Ishin.
Ishin, sorry.
Come on, man.
Toya's like, let's help her. I don't remember what her predicament was.
she was getting like gained up on some bandits or something.
Wait,
It's hard
was
to
this
say.
Oh, yeah, yeah,
was
yeah.
this the orcs thing? The dude who kept summoning stuff?
the lizard?
No,
No,
that
that's
was
Sushi.
That was with Sushi.
This is right before that.
Oh.
So some dudes were like ganging up on Yae, and Toya's like, well, I can't have them messing with Ishin people because people think I'm Ishin.
yeah.
Ishin pride.
Yeah.
Ishin pride.
Another girl to rescue. Oh boy.
I'm easy N.
So he runs in there. I think he can use magic by now. No, he just boost and like his katana. And Yae, the girl that was being picked on, is also like a crazy good swordsman. So the four of them quickly make quick work of those bandits. And Yae is like, this boy, he saved me. And I think he's cool too.
let's grab
Anytime you
lunch together.
end a sentence with her, you need to add on Degozaru to it, okay?
Dekuzaru?
Degozaru.
What about Dono?
No, it's only if you say someone's name.
Okay, Dekuzaru. She's like, oh my god, this boy is really cool, Dekuzaru.
This boy don't know. It's really
This
kakoi.
Sugoi.
Hi.
that happened too. So, Toya introduces himself and says like, I'm Mochizuke Toya. And then she says, oh, you're from Ishin too? And he says, no.
I'm not.
And the other two girls are like, excuse
What?
me?
Did you say you were Ishin? Oh, about that.
I'm from a place close to Ishin, but not.
Y'all smell blood?
Oh, yeah. That's exactly
I'm from the Unica of Ishin.
So,
Try out that spell, man.
so they, yeah, it's
I
like,
guess they learned the ports.
I'll travel with you guys. And they somehow got a cart that Yae starts driving
They were on their way to the capital.
to do a mission, right?
Yeah.
I think
that's
they
what
had
it was.
they had the cart already, and then there was this saying, "Oh yeah, you can drive a cart too, so we can switch off." So that's cool.
So, but they seem to make Yae drive all the time.
Pretty much.
What bitches. So, Toya, while he's still studying, starts doing other spells like Long Sense, which just gives him the ability to see, hear, and smell
Like
like a dog.
father,
And he learns Slip, which
the
Takes
greatest
away-
ability of them all.
takes away the friction from underneath anyone.
He's just like Josuke.
Wait, what's that Josuke's ability?
Part eight?
Can't stop.
Huh?
What? Whoa!
Oh, that's Jotaro. My bad.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, Josuke and you got Josuke. First Josuke can repair stuff. Second Josuke can...
Remove
Slip?
friction.
No, he can take away any property from something.
Oh, was it any property? I
think
thought
so.
it was always friction.
That's pretty
No.
interesting.
I think in the games it's always friction. Yes. The usual thing. But it can take stuff like the sound something makes.
Hmm.
Oh,
Put it somewhere else.
You're right.
So
Soft and wet.
he also tries.
So you have a stand.
Yeah, you're
I
just
was
like,
about to say,
yeah, you're like, why
what?
did you say that?
I already thought we got past the splooshing, but anyways.
No, we're about to enter sushi.
yeah.
No, let's not. We're
So
gonna get canceled.
so Toya casts Long Sense and smells blood, and they come across some abandoned, well, not abandoned cart. There's a bunch of lizard men, kind of like when Captain, not Kirk, is it Kirk? Just Picard and Kirk. Yeah, Captain Kirk finding the lizard man. Scene. There's a bunch of lizard men and some royal guards, a little girl screaming, and an old man dying. And Toya and them make quick work of those guys too. Find out some dude is summoning the lizard men. Beat him up. Well, they cast Slip
yeah.
on him.
No need to fight anyone who can't fight.
Ever. Exactly.
How can you fight when you can't even
stand?
stand on friction? When your friction is gone.
Listen,
So-
man. Johnny fought very well just being on the floor.
Well, no, he learned the power of spinning.
So he just shot his fingernails at people.
Ugh, really?
Yeah, that was his gimmick.
Welcome to
Jojo,
the
what a
JoJo podcast.
wild ride. Jojo. So, yeah, they save this little girl who's like, I'm the Duke's daughter. My name is Sushi. You can call me Sue. Because Sushi's a stupid name. So,
That's mean.
yeah, it
How
is.
are you so mean to this little girl?
Because her name is Sushi.
It's sushi.
Say that again. It's what?
Sushi.
You have to emphasize the E.
They put an E at the end of her name, so I don't know.
That's true.
And her name, you call her Sue for short.
Yeah,
There's no E there.
Sue's like, because I'm the Duke's daughter, you got to come to my house. So they meet the Duke.
Whatever, we were going to go there anyways.
Yeah. They meet the Duke, and the Duke is like, my wife is blind.
No.
What a weird way to start a conversation.
Wait. Oh yeah, it was that one.
Well, it was no, it was that one because
I forget the difference between the Duke and the King and their story arcs.
I got you, though. My wife is blind. Life is so sad now that she can't see us. Little Sushi's so sad, too.
You can use healing magic.
If only great-grandpa...
who had the all-cure null magic, who could cure anything.
What's it called in Final Fantasy? Asuna?
Asuna heals debuffs. I guess it would get rid of blind, yeah.
Yeah.
I guess that work.
If only we had him around.
I mean,
Since he died, or Keki Genkai, no one else has been able to have it.
well, you don't inherit Kekkei Genkai
Yeah,
in
you
this show.
in this
You
show,
just get them.
you just get them. And then all the girls look at Toya like, oh,
We know someone that can use it.
Toya, do it. And he's like, oh, okay.
I'll do you well.
Let's see your wife. And so-
Recovery cure. What was it? What was the spell again?
Recovery.
Indignation.
Recovery.
Yeah, he just said recovery, and then hey,
I kind of wish it was heal. Because you just go over to people and go, heal.
the
I
power of
need
Christ
healing.
compels you.
Exactly. And then
That's
his
Josuke.
the Duke's
The
wife
first one.
slowly opens her eyes and is like, I can see my family. Yay.
Did
And-
you always look this ugly?
And the Duke is like, you know what, Toya? Let me just give you all the money you would ever need in this world.
Here's 40 platinum coins.
You good.
I don't care about the economy. You can have all of our money.
So with that, he's like, all right, we're cool with the Duke, guys. The Duke likes us. Let's go back to the tavern now that we've completed our mission.
I don't know, man. I
we don't
think
even
they
have to
still
do-
needed to head to the royal city.
Not yet.
No?
No,
What was their mission?
I don't remember.
I think they needed to deliver a letter somewhere.
Oh, yes, that's what it was. I think it was to the Duke.
Oh yeah, no wait. I
Was
think
it
they were going to look at the capital message board or the quest board or whatever.
To see if there were bigger fish to fry. Either way, they cast gate, go back to the tavern, and the new side quest is, hey, I'm trying to come up with a really good dessert that girls would like. This is like the first
Didn't
time.
this happened like way earlier when he first learned
I
magic?
don't think so.
That's crazy.
So
It
My brain is everywhere.
doesn't even matter.
Yeah, it does, man.
Toya goes
You
like,
gotta be sequential.
let me show you the power of my smartphone, and looks up how to make ice cream, and tells the girls the ingredients, and they make ice cream. That was the smartphone bit. So then they go back to.
I didn't know how to respond.
They showed
Froze
that
me.
they show what do you call it? Toya learning other new spells. This is
how
when
to
the
read.
next broken spell comes in. So far our broken spells are gate, slip, and now we learn modeling. Modeling allows you to take whatever components that exist somewhere and just change it. And the way he practices is he sees a tree stump and makes a shogi board.
Oh yeah, and everyone plays shogi.
Everyone
Yeah.
starts playing shogi.
And then the world economy collapsed because everyone was playing shogi instead of doing their work.
And so he shows the
That's not
Duke.
a common, that's a society.
He shows the Duke shogi, and the Duke,
Oh no.
the Duke just keeps saying, "One more game, one more game,"
I must beat you in this weird thingy board game.
and then he's
Sue
like,
keeps on wanting to play. Stupid Sue, you can't just stop a choking game and
just
what
take
an
over.
idiot. I don't even want to take over. Oh, whatever, man.
So the Duke ends the night saying, "Like, I gotta show my brother how to play this game. This is gonna be great." Next morning, Toya,
My brother's been poisoned. Come with me. It's great timing because you can use your. I can use
you
your
can use
OP to-
recovery real quick. So they travel to the king's place, and the king looks exactly like the Duke, except he has darker hair.
No.
No,
I think
I
he also have
forget
a beard.
which one has the beard, but one of them has a beard.
The king have the beard.
king has a beard.
The Duke,
has
has
a
the
mustache.
Well, the king also has a mustache, to be fair.
with his beard.
Okay, fine. You have a goatee-ish, or I think it's a goatee.
No, he has a beard and mustache. The other one just doesn't have a
I
beard.
thought there was like a. It's called something. Okay.
So as they get to the capital, they see a count who's like, ho ho, you guys made it, Duke. Well, your brother's not doing well. Later.
Oh wait, no, they found the cat people first. They found the furries.
Oh,
Well, then that was like a whole side mission, and then
I'll be
that's
honest,
that's
Sort
what-
of important because who's getting blamed for poisoning the king?
yeah,
The
I
furries.
kind of forgot about that. So yeah,
How could you forget about a girl with such wonderful eyebrows?
Olga.
Yeah,
Olga had pretty good eyebrows. So yeah, the
it
ambassador
looks like she had character.
of the Beast Men
Didn't, but
decided to they were trying to make a treaty between the Beastman Kingdom and the Human Kingdom, and this count was like, the king got poisoned after that Olga girl gave him some wine. I think it was them. And so Toya finally shows up on the scene and sees this little blonde girl who's an Albedian because she has one green eye and one blue
you
eye.
mean a chuni?
She has, as weebs, love to make the characters heterochromy. So, she like instantly is blushing at Toya's face or something like that. And Toya's like, well, what seems to be the problem? And they're like, oh, my dad's sick. And the wife just says, dear, anata. So,
Darling.
and then Duke is like, Toya,
Dude,
do your
Chop,
stuff.
chop, boy.
Get
What am I
to it.
paying you
Do what
those
you
platinum
do.
pieces for?
yeah, do what you do best. That end this plot hole.
Yeah, solve all our problems. Recovery.
Oh, hey, I'm okay now.
Duke's like, oh yeah,
The kings live.
The king now is like, oh, I feel great.
Long live the king.
I never felt this great in years.
And then he goes, I guess I owe you my life as well. So now Toya has the king and the duke underneath his palm. But they want to know.
It's nice to have political friends.
Yeah, it is. They're like, hey, let's find out who poisoned you. Oh, I forgot. This kind of goes into something I did skip over. In one quick mission, while Yae, Els, and Linz, and Toya were fighting some things, Headless Knight in the ruins, we see Toya use a new spell called Search for treasure.
Oh, right.
And
yeah.
it maps out some kind of ruins. And then he uses Gate because he finds something. And then as they try to cast magic around this like amber-fied
Did
thing,
that happen?
yeah, red orb thing, they notice that like Linz's light ball is starting to dim because this thing absorbs
Well, you
magic.
can't even hold your light for more than 10 minutes.
She's
I
like,
can hold it for 3 hours, but it is getting kind of dim, so that's weird.
and so this thing,
Suck, suck,
yeah, this thing sucks magic, turns on. It's like some kind of crystal beast, and then they fight it where it's invulnerable.
It regenerates.
It's a crystal body. It's regenerating. It stabs Elsa in the chest.
Oh, she was dead.
But it's okay. Toya knows recovery magic. I don't know. You
guess
cast
not.
magic on her. And then they're like, oh, it's okay. As long as you don't cast magic on it, which is a lie, you can mess with it. But Linz's light ball wasn't casting magic on it.
It was emitting ether.
Whatever, dude.
And so it was absorbing the
ether.
ether in the air.
So Toya casts Slip, which makes the thing slip. And then
He also casts what's it called?
apostate.
Apostle.
I forgot.
It's a
Accio.
what-
It's
Apports, guys.
Apports? Okay, in Harry Potter, it was Accio. But you can summon small things into your hand. And he says, Apport's little red ball inside of the crystal beast. And it was like a core. They broke it. They killed the crystal beast that way.
Oh, just like Johan.
Johan?
Johan.
And
Yu-Gi-Oh.
oh, I don't know this.
He goes, yeah, it's the Crystal Beast dude.
Oh,
It might have been Jesse in America.
it was Jesse. Yeah.
Sorry.
That's what we're
I
used to.
don't use your
And he
Westerners.
had a hick voice. So
It was Johan and
Crystal Beast Pegasus.
Rainbow Dragon.
Rainbow Dragon. So,
man, you look just like the prospector from Toy Story.
thank you.
Just imagining it right now.
You should have
Was
been
that a
Jesse.
compliment? Because that didn't sound like one.
I'll take it. Prospector had good teeth, so
Wow.
good
You're
tooth.
saying you don't know?
So, back to reality of
Back to this other world.
Yeah, back to this other world. In the kingdom, Toya goes to the dining room and uses Surge Poison, then smiles. Says,
We don't know what happened though.
I want everyone in this room. Everyone. They gather everyone. And then he plays Sherlock Holmes or
He
Detective
lives out
Conan.
his
I was about to say,
fantasy.
it's more like Detective Conan because it's like someone in this room is the murderer.
Bum,
Or,
bum, bum.
oh.
Aye, So what he does is he already used Search Poison and found out what was the poisoned thing. But he plays this elaborate game of like Russian roulette. He gets out a bottle of wine, the wine that Olga, the Beast Ambassador girl, had brought, and says, I'm going to pour this cup. All right, let's pick a random person. How about you, Duke? Drink this wine.
First, he gave it to someone else
Yeah.
in a random cup.
Not
Wait, the
not
Duke?
the
Oh,
Baron. It was the
shit.
Duke. Yeah.
Oh.
The Duke.
Oh, I'm an idiot.
And the Duke goes, okay, that's some good wine.
Even if you did try to poison me, you could never cover me, so
Oh my.
I'm not even
And
afraid.
Duke was like, you could feed me all the poison might be delicious, but I have Toya here, so it's
Antifreeze
okay.
is delicious.
Yeah. Is it?
Yeah.
Why do you
Very
know
sweet.
this?
No, oh my god, don't tell people on the fucking podcast that antifreeze
Well, the
is...
what podcast?
I didn't tell him to drink it. I'm just telling him it tastes good.
No, don't tell them, don't even tell them that because people are going to be curious and you're going to poison all of our listeners.
We'll
And-
get into that in another.
Listen, I am not responsible for what people decide to do in their own
Okay,
garages.
Charles Barkley, you're a role model to people whether you want to be or not. Anyways,
all 20 of them.
I didn't even say I drink antifreeze.
You're stating that it's delicious, and people are going to be like, "Is it?" Even Sigur was curious. He might have drank it after the podcast.
Well, if you do, you can. I'm not telling you to do it.
this is America.
No, I don't pay your sub.
So, anyways, the next thing that happens, Toya grabs the king's wine glass and says,
It's like, "Hey, let's have someone role play as a king."
and I'm going to pour this wine in here. And how about you, Baron? Baron, you want some wine? And Baron starts freaking out. He's like, "Oh hell no! You're not
Oh,
going to
Kamen
give me
Rider
that to me.
Baron?
No, not. Don't give me that wine." And Toya's like, "Why not?" And everyone's like, "Why not, Baron?
Well, I don't want to be the king.
I can't be the king. The king's the king. Give it to the king."
Duke says, "Fuck this! You're drinking it." He forces it down his throat.
he says, "Watch what I can do." Grabs him, feeds it into his mouth, and then Baron's like, "I'm dying.
I've been
The
poisoned.
poison, the poison.
It's
I-
in me."
Doku.
And Toya was just like, "Oh, I wiped the poison off already, so you can stop acting."
And everyone goes, "Huh? How does the Baron know that the glasses are poisoned?" And Toya goes, "Oh, I used Search Poison, and it showed me all the king's glasses were poisoned. And we know that the Baron's the one who gave the glass to the king. So,
It'd be really weird if only the king got poisoned when you all drank the wine.
Yeah, I kind of felt like that should have been obvious.
and
She slipped it in his drink.
that's when Yumina, who had been watching Toya do a bunch of magic tricks, because magic is sexy, decides, family,
Boy wants some of that dick.
I'm 12 years old and I want to be married to Toya.
Magic definitely does get a 12-year-old going.
It does. And so the family is like, yeah, we're cool with it. Toya can cast recovery.
Darn, I was hoping you'd marry Sushi, the Duke said.
Yeah, darn. And so Linz and Elsa and Yae and Yumina now are 4 fangirls.
Four
of
hoes.
Toya.
She
Toya-
ten ho.
she so Toya is like,
You get it? That actually works.
I don't
Four
know.
heavenly hoes.
Oh.
It's like the she ten ho, the 4 heavenly kings. Instead of it's ho. Get it? Huh? I'm hilarious. 4 heavenly hoes. I love it.
Well, since we took away weeb word,
This
we
is the
didn't
closest thing we
understand
got.
that. So, from there,
Weeb puns.
Toya decides to let everyone know that he doesn't feel comfortable with this because he's only 16. And in Japan, you have to be 18 as a man, and you could be 16 as a girl. But Yumina is 12, who asks Toya, "You don't like it when they're younger than you?" And I'm like, no, Toya's trying to be a pure boy right now. He's like, you're too young for this.
Trying to be vanilla boy.
He's trying to be vanilla
He
as
is
heck.
vanilla boy.
He's Kirito. He has black hair and short
But
cropped and good at everything.
But the king and queen are totally on it. They're like, "Oh, well, you can just wait 4 years."
No, it was 2.
They tell him, you can wait 2 years, Toya,
Oh,
because you're
right.
16. And then
Yeah.
you can decide if
Because
you
it doesn't
want to
really
be
matter
or
what age she is, because this is our country and we don't care.
not. Yeah, we cool with it.
We're cool with right now.
So Toya,
We
and
can set the wedding right now.
Well,
if we
most
want.
everyone gets married when they're like 10 anyways, you know?
So Toya and the Shiteno decide to leave with Toya. They go on some more magical adventures where Toya casts Slip on a black dragon, and
Gets a gun out of it.
all right, okay, we're jumping the gun here. I'm sorry.
We might as well, because I mean,
Because it really
That's exactly what happens, though. He makes
Yeah.
his dragon slip. Wait, does he?
yeah.
well,
They
hold
cut
on.
off the wings.
They cut off the wings with
well,
lenses
oh no, wait,
magic.
we forgot the most important character.
Hakuho.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's why I'm like I didn't want to go too far.
Ah.
All right, so Yumina teaches Toya how to summon things, make a summoning
Oh, yeah,
pact.
because
Like,
you
make a pet.
summon wolves?
She could summon wolves. I don't remember what they were fighting because it doesn't
It
matter.
was just some random mission. She
Yeah.
uses
It might have been
bows.
orcs. It might have been lizard people. Who cares?
I think it was orcs.
I think it was orcs for that one.
it was something orcs.
So
And Mom was
Toya,
like, why are they killing multiple orcs? And because the name was orcs. Wow, there was multiple targets. I remember now.
so Toya is like, I want to summon something, and then Yumina's like, let me teach you. You can't choose what you summon, but something's gonna come out, and you can try to tame it somehow. So they do it. He casts summon because he can. And
Why not?
this giant white tiger comes out. Holy crap! It has an earring
And it's ugly.
and a super manly voice
It's
too.
really buff.
It's so buff.
It's so ripped.
It was drawn very poorly. You're right. It was so bulky.
I'm not saying it was drawn poorly. I'm just saying it was ugly. That was not the face I would like to have on a tiger.
Yeah, and Yumina is like, oh my god, that's the white monarch.
Ah!
It's a heavenly beast. It's not a regular animal.
Ah!
And then the tiger is like, puny human, you puman. You
Human.
can't, you can't handle this.
Draw me some maps.
Damn it.
I would have lost my shit if that was its command. Just draw me maps. I need pictures of maps.
So in order to make a pact with these things, the animal gets to demand something from you. And it tells Toya, just pour your energy into me.
Oh yeah, just
Come inside me.
What's wrong with you?
I don't know.
That was the most vulgar thing you've said ever.
oh shit.
What is wrong? You should be ashamed.
I should, but I'm
I am
not.
expending too much energy in this laughing.
Oh,
I'm going to be
God.
tired for the rest of the podcast.
So, no, Toya grabs its head and just pours his energy into him. And much like, I don't know if you guys ever had those head massager things. You know what I'm talking about? It looks like a spider web. Not
Oh,
spider
like
web.
the
Octopus.
claw-looking
Yeah.
thing.
Spider web. That's
Yeah,
like a claw.
That's what I said, a
Yeah.
claw. I messed up. Those things feel amazing. And that's what it looked like the tiger was enjoying. Like, it's just like, okay, this is too much. It's too good. I submit.
Booty too good.
You win. Give up, boo.
Give up.
No.
Wasn't the white monarch on the floor like foaming at the mouth?
Yeah,
Kinda.
it was too good.
Yeah.
So,
He was blushing all over the place.
Hey,
White Monarch.
she was.
Oh.
Yeah, White Monarch turns out to be a girl, and says like, "All right, since you're my master and I acknowledge you, you get to name me." And Toya names it Kohaku, the white tiger that stands beside the king,
It's like,
Because-
that's a cool name.
because he's engaged to Yumina, who's a princess, and he's gonna be the king because he's broken.
That makes sense.
Yep. And then says, "But I can't be walking around with this ugly tiger. You gotta change." And
I could be a cute little tiger.
See, even Toya agreed. He didn't want to be seen with that thing.
So Kohaku makes itself chibi and super adorable.
Absurd. Way too adorable.
It
I
was
loved
the
it.
cutest thing
It
in the
was
whole anime.
so cute.
That might be the cutest tiger I've ever seen.
I agree. So, with that, they also travel to. So Toya's been a pretty vanilla boy this whole like anime series so far, and I was getting a little bit triggered by it whenever they were looking at the quest board. The one thing that Toya's like flaw was like, oh, let's fight some slimes. And the girls are like, no, they're sticky and gooey, and the green ones just melt your clothes off. And Toya,
Why is that a problem?
He was just like,
That's
he was
exactly
like,
what-
no, we gotta get rid of this menace.
and so Toya, who's been a polite, like, good boy the entire time, is like the only time he fantasizes about a 12-year-old's clothes melting off. And I'm like, come on, Toya, you didn't want to marry her, but you're fantasizing about a 12-year-old? I don't think you're that good of a dude. So
No, man. She has special powers that lets her see that he's a good dude.
she has chuny eyes.
Oh yeah, I forgot that's one of her abilities.
What do you see with your special eyes?
That's crazy. I forgot about that until just now because she never, ever mentioned it again.
Ever again.
Well,
So-
it's not like it was useful in
You
any
would-
other thing.
You would think if her eyes were truly special. I think that she had freaky eyes and her parents just made it up, because if she had good eyes, wouldn't she have been able to tell that the Baron was poisoning her father?
She was blinded by sadness.
It's like Sue's mom.
She was just blind.
God. They fight some slime castle, and we get the fan service that like Toya's been wanting forever. Because it finds out that slimes were created because some lonely person was trying to make a substitute for women.
Sex dolls.
Yeah,
She pretty
basically.
much.
And they burn it down. They burn it to the ground. And Toya goes like, Godspeed, slime researcher. This lets us go finally into the mission where he cuts a dragon out of the sky because some dragons like running amok, and they cast ice magic to cut its wings. And oh wait, nope, can't go there yet. Forgot. King gives Toya and Yumina a castle. I mean, a house,
A mansion.
a mansion. And
You
says,
went too big and then you went too small.
A hut.
teepee. So
A tent.
a tent, and
A
says
houseboat.
you can
Here's
live
a sleeping bag to do whatever you want.
you can live here.
You
This
just
is for
both
the
gotta
two
stay
of
in it
you.
together.
So Toya's connections have definitely been a come up, but the three girls, Yae, Linz, and Elsa, have been like with him the entire time. They're like, oh, I guess you're gonna live with Yumina here forever.
Come aboard and bring along all your hopes and dreams.
And with that, Toya's like, no, we can all live here. And all the girls understand what
Look,
that means.
there's 5 bedrooms.
Wait, you want us to all stay here? Yeah, why not? I like you all. What a pig. But his pure boy intentions, this is after Slimemark, by the way. His pure boy intentions
By the way.
goes,
Good thing you pointed that out.
I just have to point that out, was that, no, they're friends and they should stay together. But the girls all quickly have a quick discussion from Yumina calling girl talk.
A powwow.
Yeah. And Toya comes back. He's like, what you guys talk about? And they're saying,
Himitsu.
which means secret. So
Weeboo.
they move on to this other mission. Now we can cut the dragon out of the sky with ice magic.
Finally.
Stab it in the eye.
Stab it in the eye and be like, haha. Oh, he learns a spell called Multiple, which in D&D is like a super high level magic, because as they show in this show, it's busted. If you could cast one fireball, but if you said multiple and could cast like 1,000 fireballs instead because you have unlimited mana because God's a cheater, then that's what Toya
Oh,
does.
yeah. Why don't you just cast 1,000 fireballs?
Yeah, right?
What's stopping anyone from doing that?
Mana.
Well, probably like mana and casting time, maybe.
Maybe.
So there's multiple not cost mana? Is that what you're saying to me?
For Toya, it doesn't.
No, I'm just saying for anyone.
Oh, in D&D?
For anyone.
Yeah.
In this world, I guess, you know?
No, I
like-
think multiple cost mana because for Toya, he's
I don't see the
he's
point
an-
of this multiple spell.
Well, he can cast them. Oh, for him,
For anyone.
it's to hit multiple targets at the same time. I would
Why
say.
don't you just do multiple fireballs at the same time?
Okay,
Well, I
so
mean-
in D&D, if you do massive
Say
damage,
D&D.
D&D, if you
Do you
do
prefer Dungeon and Dragon, you nerd?
What?
D&D in general is
isn't Dungeons and Dragons.
So in Dungeons and Dragons, if you're fighting like a super high level monster that has like 1,000 HP or whatever, there's a rule in the rule book that says if you do a massive amount of damage at one go, like a certain percentage of its health in one spell, you can roll to see if that thing doesn't just like faint from the massive damage. I guess when you cast multiple, counts as one spell. So if you casted multiple instead of separate iterations, you could get that effect.
Or think about like you're shooting a gun, you can only shoot one bullet at a time. But if you cast multiple and you're shooting 5,
You can't say guns are like magic.
Shotgun.
All right, magic just makes things happen.
Shotgun shell.
yeah, like that. Like
It's
yeah,
scatter
the,
shot.
the shotgun would shoot out multiple.
Your
pellets.
analogies don't hold water.
All right. Anyways, it doesn't matter. Toya can do it. So
and it makes them really powerful.
makes them broken. So
There's a lot of things that make them broken.
with with them fighting a dragon, this red dragon who's like the king of the middle of the world or something.
No, just emissary.
Emissary of the middle of the world.
Something like that. He was
It's
just
like-
looking for that troublemaker dragon.
I'm sorry, my youngins are running amok.
It's
over-
fine, we killed him.
Yeah. They're like, oh, damn. Hold on, is that the white monarch with you?
Does this human kill the dragon? Holy crap!
And White
How
Monarch,
dare you call my master this human?
Yeah, white monarch's like, yo, that's my human. And
Get
red,
on your knees and start sucking his dick.
Red dragon's like, oh, I'm so sorry. I didn't know that someone could tame you, white monarch. I'll be humble to your human. And
Yes, massa.
he leaves.
All right, well, I see that you guys taking care of the problem, so I'm
I'm gonna take
I'm
on.
just bouncing.
Toya donates the body of the dragon and like casts cure on all of the civilians.
to village recovery funds.
Yeah, and the village chief is like, you can have this fang. He's like, thanks. So Toya makes a gunblade from Final Fantasy VIII out of it using modeling. He just
It's not 8. It's 13.
13's gunblade version.
Final Fantasy VIII's gunblade didn't fire bullets.
Yeah, well, you're true. It just caused an explosion when you use the first. Forgot what it's called, limit break. But
Any attack.
yeah,
You just pull the trigger and it vibrates the blade while it's inside something and it hurts.
yeah. So Final Fantasy 13, you had an actual gunblade,
Yeah, it could switch between gun and blade mode.
and that's exactly what Toya does. He uses his new not new broken spell. He uses modeling for like everything now. If he wants something from the real world, he just models it.
Oh, you forgot the part where he met the fairy folk.
Yeah, and then he learned how to program.
Oh, program also. Yeah,
He learned how to be a computer engineer, basically.
that happened in the Beast Kingdom though, right?
Yeah, that's
After, so they do meet the Beast King, and then he gunblades.
yeah, because after the dragon, that's where they were originally going to the Beast Kingdom.
Yeah, so the king says, hey, we're trying to make a pact with the beast people. I think you remember that from when I got poisoned. I'm going to send you to Beast World, and you be my emissary.
Was that it?
And so he goes to Beast World. They see Olga, who has really good eyebrows, and they're like, oh, yeah, I'm the ambassador. Let me meet the king. Meet the king's like Santa cat man. Right?
Sure.
Dead eyes, dude.
He had super dead eyes. I actually screen capped it so I could post it on the Facebook letter to show you what's wrong with this picture. For those listening to the podcast, it's his eyes. His eyes are weird.
Yeah, then go to our Facebook page so you can see.
It just
could
looks
be
like
on
he
the
has
photo.
a 1,000-yard stare all the time.
all the
in
time.
All directions.
And I swear, the one that I was trying to get, he's like, he has a lazy eye. One eye's looking the other way. So the Beast King's like, that's cool. Oh my God, you brought the princess? You guys must really actually want this treaty. Hey, fight me.
I heard you're really good. You killed a dragon.
Hey, kid, you're pretty good. So,
Oh, he didn't make the thing yet. I think.
yeah, he didn't make the thing yet.
I
You're right.
think. Yeah. So the gun was just later. He just
Yeah.
made the gun later.
So he fights against Beast King, and all of the Beast King subjects like, hey, just mess him up because we're really sick and tired of him just trying to fight everyone.
Okay, cool. Slip.
Oh yeah, cast slip, and the king, much like my dad in video games, was like, hey, you can't do that.
Like,
And I'm
that's cheating.
It's in the game. You said I couldn't cast combat magic, so I cast slip on the floor that you're standing on. He goes, okay, good. No, do over.
No, none of that bullshit.
None of that slip magic. For my dad, when we played NBA 2K, he was like, hey, you shot a 3-pointer? You can't do that. From now on, you can only shoot 3-pointers a game. But he can shoot as many 3-pointers as he wants. I can't use turbo. I can't use any of the juke moves either. I just have to play clean 1970s
That's
basketball.
not clean. That's a handicap.
Yeah, it was super handicapped.
That's
I
clean,
can't shoot
people.
threes. Anyways,
Basketball is all about the dunks anyway, so I don't even know what you're talking about. That's why
Anyways.
people don't watch women's basketball.
damn, shots fired. Speaking
Who cares
of
about
shots.
fundamentals?
So they
It's all about the dunks.
that's what I had to play with, the fundamentals. Toya fights him a bunch of times, and it comes down to like the king saying like, "Hey, you can't use any magic except magic that affects yourself. Fight me."
Oh, I fought him once or twice in total, didn't he?
I don't know. I felt like
I'm pretty sure there was just a
million
slip
times.
one, and then the one where he stole his techniques.
Yeah. So Toya is like,
Toya's Hatake Kakashi, the copy ninja with over 1,000 jutsu.
that's exactly
Yeah.
it. Yeah. So Toya's like, "Boosto," and he started being strong as the king because the king was like strong in close hand-to-hand combat, and the king was like, "Ha, Excel world," and then becomes the Flash, and Toya can barely keep up with Boost, and then says like, What did you say?"
Yeah, he was like, "Hey, explain that spell to me real quick."
And he goes, "Yeah, my Keki Genkai is Excel. It lets me move really fast."
It was like, "All right, cool."
Excel. And the king's like, "Nani?"
Hi.
That's what Yaya says when it happens. She goes, "Hi." And so they fight that kind of fight that happens in Kamen Rider Kabuto, where you just see little explosions of like fists because you can't see them fighting, and I don't know, Toya won because that's
Yeah, because why not? He won.
That's the plot of
takes
everything.
a lot of mana.
Oh,
You can
and-
use it
and-
for extended periods of times,
and so
but infinite mana doesn't really care.
yeah, so Toya wins. Beast Man acknowledges Toya. Toya casts Gate, gets the Duke or the King. I don't know, one of the two clones.
Pretty sure it's the king because I think the king wanted to set up the alliance or whatever.
Yeah, so the king comes in. They set up the alliance. They're friends now. Toya goes back home.
Totally not
Well,
the way the opening depicted
Oh,
is going.
they forgot. I did forget. While
Matchmaking?
Toya is at the Beastman's thing, some kind of stuffed teddy bear was like, "Yo, what's up?" And Toya's like, "You're a stuffed teddy bear." And
Well,
that's-
and the teddy bear didn't say, "Yo, what's up?" He kind of just gestured like, "Come with
It
me."
gestured, yo, what's up?
okay.
Yeah.
But I can't gesture in a podcast because people can't see it. But anyways, teddy bear leads it to its master, which is some twin-tailed Chuni
Rachel
girl.
from Blade Blue.
612-year-old, but we actually translate to 12-year-old.
and also Ronko from Idol Master. Character name
Trash name.
Lean, right?
Lean?
Lean? Leem?
And
And Lean.
Yeah, okay.
Lean with it, rock with it, lean with it, rock with it.
I dip, you dip. You slip, you slip.
So
Slip?
Lean's like, "I'm a magical fairy person and I like no heck of magic. Actually, the master of magic at the human kingdom is my apprentice. Wait, you can do magic? Let me teach you program." So program is
He
like
just
a
wanted to know how it worked.
program's great because it's like you're a computer coder. You just write in commands
To anything,
and it will do it
as long as it can.
as long as it can. So
Which is weird because I don't know how bullets fly.
neither do I. So Toya's like,
Doesn't
"All right,
matter. He got it to work.
I can do this." He goes back home and he takes his dragon tooth, models it into a black gun, and then programs it that when he shoots, bullets from his pouch will automatically apports into his gun chamber when he says the word reload.
Which does sound sick as shit, dude.
I mean, it looked really cool because like he tested it out. He unloaded his
Clip.
and then he was like, "Reload." The bullet flowed out, and then the bullet went back in, and it was just like, "All right, cool, it works."
And then he's like trying to shoot, and he goes, "There's, my aim is off. Oh, I forgot the rifling," and they drew that in. It was pretty good. Now he has a gunblade. Oh, he also programs the sword to when he says long sword.
Or
I think
blade
sword
mode.
mode, or
I think
sword
it-
blade mode and gun mode.
Yeah, blade mode and gun mode is when it'll transform into
It's a
a
handgun.
It will
with a
automatically model into a gianter gunblade, and when he says gun mode is shortened, so he can shoot better.
bayonet. And two of his hoes come up. Like, hey, we want guns too.
And he makes Humana and Lynn's guns. This is
Oh, God,
Crazy because they never
used them.
ever again.
I totally forgot. Yeah, he did make them gun, but they never used it.
Never used it. So this is kind of like episode 8-ish of the thing. And this is now Toya's like truly fully broken. He can enchant anything. He makes reading glasses for Lynn's because she can't see very well. Apparently that came out of nowhere. And then he's
she
also
never used them again, or what? I don't
she
remember.
never uses them again.
She
They
never
were-
read again.
They were red frames. But this is when he finally starts, like, since he learned how to enchant things by program, he can use his phone to search for certain people and, like, tap them and cast multiple to
Yeah, he can
mess
select
them up.
multiple target with his phone without even seeing them.
Yeah, so it's like having, if you ever play an FPS, you might always be used to having a mini map, but in Call of Duty, I think you don't have a mini map, and when you get a 3 kill streak, you can like make it so that you can see kind of where enemies are, kind of like pseudo mini map.
Depends on which Call of Duty. Black Ops, you had a mini map,
Okay.
and your kill streak gave you a thing that blocked other people's mini maps.
Okay. So it's like in the real world, we have no mini map, and Toya with his phone has a mini map, which are broken, apparently, when you can enchant things and use them to peep on people from far away by casting long sense on it, and a bunch of other stuff.
A bunch of other stuff.
Toya, his antics lead into him
Single-handedly winning a war.
and also making bicycles for everyone. Yai's family. Oh no, the fairy girl wants to see ruins in Ishin, so they cast recall, which lets you see other people's memories in an intimate way, and the girls are jealous. See, like no, we'll get into that a little later. We're just talking about the plot.
A little later.
All the plot titties.
So, they go to Ishin. Yai's family is under attack by the Takedas. It's kind of funny because they use just like old school Japanese like samurai names that would have happened in
Tokugawa
Toya's.
Ieyasu.
Yeah, they would have used.
No, it was Tokugawa's Ieyasu.
Yeah, they like barely change it. It's like saying Hitler is attacking Washington right now.
Hitler.
Okay, yeah. Washington, so they like mirror our world's history or whatever. Basically some dude had some artifact that allowed you to bring back the dead.
Takeda Shingen.
Shingen.
Sharingan.
Sharingan.
Mangekyo Sharingan.
And Toya gates to see Yai's brother almost dies because they're like, who the hell are you? He's like, no, I'm Yai's friend. Why wouldn't you send Yae? Is what I was thinking.
What?
Send Yae through the gate to meet her brother to say, I have homies that can help.
Because it's not safe to send a lady out into a gate you don't know what's going on.
True, I guess. That makes
All
sense.
right, but he could have died,
chivalrous.
I guess. Mr. Slime Boy. So,
Just because you want to see titties doesn't mean you're not a pure boy.
so Toya meets them and then finds out, like, yeah, we keep killing these red soldiers, but they keep coming back to life.
The only thing that can get rid of them is their mask.
If
but
you
it's
break
really
their
hard.
mask. Yeah. Okay, multiple. Light lance. Everything's dead. We win the war.
Let's go invade their base now.
I don't get why you guys were having a hard time. I got it done in a second.
And everyone's like, yeah, his family's like, damn, this guy's strong. And then some ninja girl comes down. She's like, hey, all of Takeda's people are not actually bad guys. There's one guy that's imprisoned everyone. Come with me.
Baba. Baba don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know who that is, but I remember Baba don't know.
Yep, that was the main guy that she
Baba
worked
don't know.
for. So
We gotta rescue Baba don't know.
Toya tries to cast gate into the enemy base, but there's a barrier that like keeps magic out.
Oh no.
What did they do?
They cast invisibility on themselves and sneak in behind the ninja.
Yeah, why not?
Why not just cast Excel and Flash in there is what I was thinking. Anyways,
Could you see that and you're like, oh, what's going on?
well, an invisible Flash, though.
with so many options, you should kind of just stick with one.
I guess so.
Why don't you just cast your no magic, kill everything within a 10-meter radius of you?
Or Dispel. Why doesn't Dispel exist?
Because it would be super
Just
broken.
model your gun into a sniper rifle that can fire 5 kilometers away.
There's so many ways you could have done this. But anyways,
Why don't you just program your bullet to seek the head of the person you bullet?
Why don't you just call God and just get rid of all the bad people?
so Toya decided somebody-
Program God to get rid of anyone.
Now you serve me now.
Program him to drop lightning on all of your foes.
You see how it feels, everyone?
Oh, this is the way I went. so Toya, they break out the 4 generals.
Baba don't know.
Baba don't know. They find the bad guy. Bad guy is like, I actually already killed your how do you say his name again?
Boss.
I killed your boss.
Takeda Shingen?
Yeah.
I don't know. They wrote it weird, but I think it all sounded normal.
Normal, yeah. So I killed Takeda and made him my zombie, and all of the people are like, "No, we can't attack our master." And then Toya goes,
Bullets don't have masters.
It's like I had no relationship with this guy whatsoever.
Toya just goes gun mode, shoots Takeda's mask in the face, and goes like, "I don't give a fuck." So
He was nothing to me.
the guy shows his Millennium Puzzle Eye, which is the same thing that
His
was
Chuny eye.
Yeah, it's like a red ball, the same red ball that absorbed magic from the other thing. Those things are called phrases. They're like crystal
monsters
The
are
crystal
phrases.
beast, yeah, they're called phrases.
The
And
Crystal Beast.
But if anything, his was to like raise the dead or something.
his
like
power
that?
was to raise the dead, and so he
His-
goes,
Was it an artifact?
"Yes, it was." An
Oh, yeah,
artifact. Lean says, "Oh, that's an artifact,
Just like your smartphone,
just
right?
like your smartphone."
Nah.
Nah, everyone has this in
Nah,
my
this,
world.
this is modern.
And so they get ready to fight him, but then, I mean, Toya had already fought one of these, so he upports Eye, and then Lean goes, "Oh, this thing's corrupted. It makes people. It's cursed to corrupt the person
Card
who
crushes
uses
it.
No, she throws it in the air like a
Oh, yeah, that's
ball.
why he did. Oh, yeah, that's why he shot it.
Toya shoots it, and then, much like in Raiders of the Lost Ark, the bad guys turn to dust. So
For someone that
Yeah, sucked dry.
probably didn't have a lot
Super
of
dry.
guns, like he had an incredible aim.
yeah, well, he's broken.
Remember, he got God boost.
Plus
Oh,
one
that's
all
right, yeah.
stats.
He turned on God mode.
Yeah, he's like your speed runs.
No, he's really slow though.
He doesn't have to be.
I
He
would
could've
not
been
talk to anyone. I would just do things.
So
No one could stop me. I mean, come on.
He's wasting time talking to everyone.
Yeah, who needs friends when you're you?
I'm just gonna zoom past this now. Now that they have the ability to be in Ishin, Lean says, "I'm here to see ruins." Toya gates everyone.
You can't skip over the swimsuit episode.
I'm
Dude.
going
We need to talk
into
about titties, dude.
No, I'm going into
You
it
just
right
talk
now.
about titties for 20 minutes.
So he gates everyone into the place where the mini map is showing where the ruins are, which happens to be a beach. And Els goes like, "Ruins are cool, but yo, we're at the beach. If I had a swimsuit, I would totally beach episode right now." And Toya goes like, "What? Swimsuits exist here?" "Yeah. Hey, Toya, can you gate back to the place so that we can buy
I'll see everyone
swimsuits?"
in swimsuits.
Like beach
and-
episode, I'm totally in.
And Toya's all in for the beach episode, and they beach episode.
And he gated everyone, like the Duke, the King, Sue. Like that's he just had a big ass party.
Yeah, his family, maybe. No.
No, yeah, his family wasn't there. So, what do you want to talk about this beach episode?
Let's talk about buoyancy.
Oh, yeah. So there's
I don't really
honkers.
want to talk about it. I'm sorry.
No, I got you. I'm gonna make it quick. There's like two things that are non-typical. It's all fan service. You're just seeing
One,
boobs.
Toya likes little girls. Two,
Yes.
big old titties float.
Yes, you hit them both. So Sushi and this random girl that doesn't matter
You're right. She doesn't.
because she's an orphan.
That's not why she doesn't matter.
She doesn't matter, but she's also an orphan at the same
she's
time.
also an orphan.
Like it's not she doesn't matter because she's an orphan.
Julian didn't want me to talk about her because he didn't remember. Anyway, she didn't matter.
Didn't matter.
They were wearing one-piece swimsuits because Sushi's like younger than 12.
She's 8.
She's 8. Yumina's 12. And they're all the girls. The how do you say heavenly hoes again?
She 10 ho.
The Shiten hoes come out in their swimsuits and they're like, "Toya, who looks the best in their swimsuit?" And Toya goes like, "Ah, crap. I don't want to hurt anyone's feelings. I pick Sushi."
Because she's the safe bet, right?
And then the Linz is like, "The hell? You like little girls?"
And then they
that's
peep
gross.
on his cell phone.
Oh, no, his phone falls out of his pocket, and for some reason, it unlocks, goes straight to photos. and
How do you know that's not just his screensaver?
Yeah, he probably said
Oh,
that's
that's
his great
true.
savior.
Why do you think he's so against marrying Yumina?
I see. Too old. Wait, you have double digits?
Ugh.
Get out of here. So, yeah, they see that he has a picture of the two little girls, and that was a misunderstanding. But Yumina was like, "You know what? I love Toya the most. I'm just going to believe him. Let's get over this. And swim." And they do that. Anyways,
Splish splash.
back to the real plot.
Plot.
Lean wanted to go.
You know what the real plot is.
Lean wanted to go
Real plot floats.
to the. Oh yeah, the floating thing. One of the maids has huge boobs, and he wonders if he can float. But the maids are ninjas, and the other ninja maid heard him say, "I wonder if they're bigger if they're floating, if they can float." That's that misunderstanding too.
Yeah, who cares about that? Let's talk about terrible snakes.
So,
He
Sea snakes.
needed a spell to float on the water, I guess.
Apparently, this god boy can't just hold his breath for 30 hours.
and he goes back up there and says, "Hey, is there a underwater breathing spell, or as they say, a spell that can let you function underwater?"
That's exactly what it was.
Yeah, and
Exact
That's
words.
just a weird way of phrasing it, too.
Yeah,
It's
just like an underwater.
Like, I need to function underwater. Like, you mean
know?
swim? You need to swim?
No, function, dude. Like,
cannot
we out
function.
here to function.
So
Get my henny.
Lean's like, "I don't remember. Hey, human girl, Magic Kingdom, do you remember?"
Apprentice.
No. Oh, well, I'm punishing you. You have to wear your swimsuit for the rest of the episode. And then Kohaku, little tiger, is like, "Hey, I know a person who can get rid of all your problems. Let's summon him." And it's a giant turtle and a snake.
It's the Black Monarch.
The black monarch, which got summoned by the white monarch. And black monarch, which is a turtle and a snake together hanging out, says, "Okay, this is our game. If you can get us to not be on our feet by sunset."
No.
What was
It's
it?
like,
Their condition was if you can survive until sunset with all of your limbs intact.
yeah, it's like a battle.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
They were like, we're going to fuck you up.
And then
If
he
you can
goes-
survive, we'll be yours.
So Toya goes like, "I have no problem with this.
Like, I can do this.
I
No-
fought a dragon."
Easy peasy.
And goes, "All right, hold on before we start. Let me take this bullet. Program. Cast slip on bullet from wherever I shoot. Keep recasting slip at the end of duration of slip until caster says end program or end spell. Okay, end program. Put the bullet in, shoot it underneath the turtle. Let's fight." And the turtle slips and 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 slips.
And then he have his
I
lunch.
guess it's nice that they can't rub themselves raw.
But they can't because there's no friction.
I know, it's nice. You know, there's no real pain there.
Yeah, no pain. You're just slipping around.
No feeling at all, actually.
Yeah, no
It's
fear.
weird.
So Turtle says, "I'm tired of falling,"
Like, stop.
I'm already dead.
which makes me think, if the snake just jumped off the turtle's back, could they have killed Toya?
That's their one being.
If the
can't-
snake, who's super long, kind of like stretched out
If
to
Slow
bite
Bro
Toya-
got its tail ripped off, it'd die.
True. Wait, no, it doesn't. Wait, did it? I forgot.
I don't know.
They were
Also,
cutting
I
Slowbro
think
still.
it's kind of hard to detach
cutting
when you're
slow
constantly
poke tails.
slipping.
Yeah. Anyways, they're like, "All right, I own you because you're cool because you made us slip all the time." And Kawaku's like, "You can't be running around as a big giant
Hey,
turtle.
you will inconvenience my master.
Become a chibi." And they're like, "Okay. By the way, when we're chibi, we can fly."
Yeah, we
So
could
slip would not have worked on me if I was chibi. Plot holes. Anyways, they make Toya able to swim underneath water. He finds a ruin, touches
They
a...
don't make him able to swim underneath water.
They let him walk underwater.
They let him function underwater.
They let him...
Yeah, you idiot. What do you think their goal was?
I forgot.
Stupid.
Taught him how to function. He touches some stone thing. None of the girls follow him. I guess Sango can only... turtle thing. Can
Well, just
only
in case
make-
it's dangerous. He
Turtle's
didn't
name
want
is
to take him.
Songo, you're right.
Yeah.
The turtle's name is Songo, everyone. No one cares about the snake's name, though.
No, it's lame.
I was thinking he doesn't talk anymore from this instance on.
Yeah. He touches some stone that looks like the stones that Lynn's had. Gets teleported to some floating garden. Some robot girl named Francesca's there, and she doesn't have any panties on. Oh no, she doesn't have pants on, but panties on. Toya is like, "Hey, put some pants on."
She's like, no.
Francesca's like, "No, this is my world. You can't tell me what to do in my house.
No, slip into me.
You could touch me." And Toya's like, "No,
Touch me harder.
please put your pants on." And then Francesca puts her pants on and says, "You know what? my master that
You
originally made me. I am now your waifu, and you own this garden because you told me to put my pants on. If you had tried to touch me, I would have thrown you out of the garden. And if you just let me walk around in my underwear, I would have just deemed you not worthy.
No, just said, please leave.
Yeah. And Toya gates the rest of the family in there.
The fam.
The fam then says, what is this? Toya says, it's a garden. Francesca goes, he saw me in my underwear, and I accepted him.
They're like, wait, what?
Toya goes,
Toya, what does she mean by this?
you're misunderstanding. And the girls get mad, but not like actually mad. They're just like mad enough to give him a like mean stare.
No.
And then Francesca goes,
Lindsay was really mad.
They're like,
Yeah.
kneel.
he did. But then Francesca goes like, oh, I gotta take true ownership. I mean, you gotta take
Here,
true ownership.
to properly register you, let's go.
And much like Randy Marsh did in the 23andMe episode of genetic testing, they make out swishing tongues so that Francesca can get all the genetic.
That was extremely
information.
graphic.
It was super graphic.
I was like, whoa.
it was like
stepped the
hentai
budget
level.
up.
What the heck is going on? That's what they used the budget.
Yeah, that's all the budget in the kissing scene.
And so, you know,
I was really
no.
hoping we wouldn't do sound effects.
Yeah,
but
I was
okay,
hoping
sure.
for that too. No, please stop.
You guys gotta stop hoping. And
no,
just,
but nobody wants this.
Yeah, pretty much. You can kind of picture that then.
So from that, the girls get mad, and then they go back home. Yumina knocks on Toya's door, says, "I'm mad at you. You know that? Oh, I forgot. Lynn's confessed to Toya." And then-
Oh yeah, like after the kiss, it's like,
I forgot.
Yeah, like here's it's like, I love you.
and Toya doesn't say anything. So Yumina then goes.
the episode ends.
The episode ends. Last episode, thank God, guys, we made it here. Last episode, Yumina goes over and says, "Hey, I'm mad because you kissed this girl first. I'm supposed to be your wife. Kiss me and
Hug me and kiss me and I'll
hug
forgive
me and kiss
you.
me and love me, squeeze me." Toya does it with a 12-year-old, basically, which is
Well,
still
he does it.
No, he
Oh,
doesn't.
Whoa,
He doesn't
whoa!
do
What
it.
uncut episode did you watch?
The Blu-ray.
Isn't that illegal?
It's super
Like in all
illegal.
countries?
Yes.
Not in this world,
Yeah, I forgot.
because this world also have polygamy.
Oh yeah, God calls Toya at one point, and Toya's like, "I don't know what to do with all these girls that like me." And God says, "Have fun. Polygamy is okay here." So yeah, we learned the plot that the secret thing
God, it's a
that
piece of trash.
we learned the plot that the secret thing was that Yumina said, "I'm okay with all of us being Toya's wives if we all love Toya, because I can't monopolize on such a great man." And she tells that to Toya, "I'm okay with you having all of us. The Shiten hoes can all be your wives because it would just prove to me how masculine you are."
Yeah.
And then she asks him, "What do you think of Lynn's after she confessed
Yeah,
to
she
you?"
kind of told you she loved you and you just walked away.
And Toya's like, "Well, I love her too. Well, I don't love her, but I
cherish
cherish her." And then she
Cherish those boobies.
she three-way phone called, pranked him, and says, "Linz, did you hear that?" And then Linz becomes uninvisible.
Oh, you got caught!
It's me, Austin. I was here all along.
She was John Cena. You couldn't see her. So Toya's like, "Oh, I guess I do
No.
love you."
Toya was John Cena. He's potato salad.
Linz goes, "Well, you'll accept me as your wife too?" And he's like, "Yeah, man,"
Give us both kisses now.
on the forehead.
Okay.
And then when they wakes up, Els is hella mad at him too now. And then he fights them because
He fights Els and Yae.
since they're the physical people, they can only understand with their fist.
The answer lies in the heart of battle.
If we win, you have to do whatever we say.
No, they said you'll have to answer more of our questions.
No, they said you will have to do a request.
Listen to our request.
No, not listen. She said you have to do the request.
Oh, okay. Usually Broken Toya was like, "All right, well, I'll fight you then." And Els like broke his bullet bag.
So he
And,
couldn't reload.
No, that was Yae. She threw her.
oh yeah, threw her daggers, broke the bullet bag. Toya ends up on top of Elsa somehow and
Link.
says like, "I think I win, right? Because I made you." Did he cast slip? No, he's just on the ground, right? And
He shot up Yae first.
yeah, he did shoot up Yai.
Bop, 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 brap, brap, brap.
He goes, "It's rubber bullets, so it's okay." And Els
He
goes
unloaded
like,
a clip on her.
"You're not looking at the right direction." I don't know. She pulled the guy from Ippo. What's that? It's a frog guy.
Aoki?
Yeah.
Oh,
It's
is that what
like-
she did?
I don't know. She was
That hit
sitting
He
down.
had her on the ground and he had the gun pointed to her. And he was like, reload, and then the bullets didn't
Couldn't
come, and she just
reload.
punched him in the face or something.
You could have just long bladed her. I don't get it. Anyways,
Yeah, he long.
I'm pretty sure he just didn't want to hurt her.
he gets socked and knocked out, meaning that he has to listen to the request, and they're saying, we want to be in the same status as Yumina and Linz. We want to be married to you two.
Degozaru.
And they goes, thank you, I forgot. Toya then goes like, I can't handle all this right now.
Let me think about it.
Goes into the cloud.
The
and
apartment.
yeah, and God's like, dude, just
Yeah, he teleported the guy and was just like, "Hey, I need your help on this."
God's like, I'd already told you, go have fun. And then he goes to a garden. And Francesca's like, go have fun. And then he goes down to the real world and says like, I will accept all of your engagements, but I don't want to marry anyone yet. If in 2 years when I'm supposed to marry Yumina, you guys fall in love with someone else,
That's cool.
feel free to leave. But if not, I'll marry you. And that's the end.
You forgot about the creepers watching outside the window.
Oh, the little girls?
No, Lean and
Oh,
her
yeah.
assistant and someone else. And they're like, I can see the future.
Yeah.
I think it was Francesca. And
Yeah, it was
He's gonna have
Francesca.
9 wives.
And
Yeah.
then they show a little glimpse of the other girls he hasn't met yet. And then the title end scene happens,
And then Thanos.
yeah,
Thanos.
every episode,
Thanos stinger.
every episode did not have like ending after post
It doesn't matter,
Except
man.
for this
music
one.
thing.
Yeah,
And
and then Thanos put on the Infinity Gauntlet and was just like, "Look like I'm gonna have to deal with this myself."
There's some weird looking boy wearing some interesting clothes trying to buy a crepe, and he doesn't have the right money for it. He doesn't have the right money for it, guys.
Some
And-
weird ass fucking octagon coin.
It's a Chinese coin.
Is that what it is?
Yes.
Oh, I didn't know.
And then Toya's like, here, let me help you. I have money.
He's like, "Hey, that's a funny looking money." He's like, "Oh, I'm more interested in your phone though."
And he goes like, you know my phone? I'm Toya. And then he goes, I'm Ender.
Man,
From Ender Game.
That's exactly what I was going with.
like he was in the opening, like the entire time, opening theme song, and I was just hoping that he would not be in this anime at all. And
I know.
then he was there, and I was like, no, you
Very
ruined
end.
it.
The very end.
Yeah.
All right, guys. I'm sorry. That was a really long and drawn out plot thing for an anime
This
that didn't
anime
actually
was
have
really
much.
long and drawn out.
And we didn't even do it in a very like fun way. I felt like I was just talking in a long run-on sentence.
It was super fun. I had tons of fun. Now let's go play Xenoblade Chronicles 2.
Yeah, about that, guys.
I told you there was no break.
It was- You're gonna stay with us for probably a good another 30 minutes, but we're moving on to the next part where we
No
actually
breaks
give
on the trash train.
our reviews.
Or I guess it's a dump truck, isn't it?
It is definitely a dump truck, much like this anime. So I'm just getting right into it.
Spicy boy.
Is there anything to really talk about with this one?
mean-
Yeah, dude. Those boobies. They were definitely boobies.
I mean, like they did kind of like accentuate the figures of the characters, because to me it started off as an isekai, and isekais are definitely a problem in anime right now, I think. Much like how Hayao Miyazaki was like saying
Hayao Miyazaki is a problem in anime.
he was saying
Fight it in this otherwise.
moe was ruining the anime industry because everyone just keeps making moe and that's not real people. The other thing was that in a lot of the Japanese like young author contest for light novels and anime, they like ban isekai stories right now because there's just so many.
Well, I don't know. I mean, is there a market for it? I mean,
There is a-
Shut up, you stupid hoe.
There is a
Wow,
you
wow, I'm
shitan
just giving
hoe.
my opinion.
Do not argue for these people.
This
This was not an isekai anime.
It wasn't.
This
in
was a
the
slice
end.
of life.
Yeah, it was a slice of life in a different world where
Absolutely.
someone got to be OP.
That's not even it. It's just there's no conflict. There's no what's the word I'm looking for?
There is no
There was
conflict.
There's no sense of
danger. Yeah.
urgency. Yeah, so it was boring. It was so boring. Why would you? Oh my god.
I would say that definitely there was no like main villain or occurring arcs. It's oh man, there's a problem in one episode. I fix it in the next 5 minutes, and then now we're just goofing off. Really,
Yeah.
There
There was even one episode that just said, after he said that he's done doing a quote unquote big adventure, that was just a bunch of little vignettes of like nonsense. He bought Elle's clothes and then did something else. The tavern became nothing that he helped make ice cream for. I think that was the bicycle anime. I think that's when he made a bicycle.
I would say like just watching the king just eat shit on a bicycle is hilarious.
It was pretty good.
Yeah, and then it was just like, no, I must conquer this bicycle
He
thing.
goes, "This is my mount."
Yeah.
There were a lot of like little moments where it was fun. I thought it was interesting. He said this is a light novel.
Yeah,
an adaptation from one, anyways.
I thought
Yeah,
this would have been a 4-panel coma.
no, it is a light novel. What I've been reading is the light novel is a little better because
Redundant.
in the essential in the battle they actually go into depth of like what Toya is thinking. Like he's actually like planning out his moves and everything.
Instead of him just slipping the dude, he was like, I should make him slip.
yeah,
And then
like
he
he
slips him.
they
Is that what they do? What?
What's riveting
much,
reading?
they just said like he you hear his inner monologue and
Yeah,
everything.
the
but,
part where he says, "I'm gonna slip him. I'm gonna slip this."
but in
fucker."
this one, it's just like they just said, "Oh man, there's a bad guy. Slip. All right, I won."
Yeah.
But they also said I think this is going up till volume 3. They said after volume 4, it's a little more serious and darker. So that's
I think because we got Thanos at the end. That's what probably made he's the conflict.
I was really hoping someone would like at least try to steal his smartphone and try to use it against him somehow. But I mean, no, even the concept of like the anime is called In Another World with My Smartphone, but he hardly even use it in most cases.
That's
like,
what I was gonna point out next.
Yeah.
That him having the smartphone truly wasn't the point of this anime.
it wasn't like the main focus. It's just
It's the fact that he can cast every single spell and
it's
is
like,
broken.
Yeah, I'm OP and max out stats. Oh, but I also have the smartphone.
I wish
Yeah.
I was Toya.
Yeah, because you could speed run through everything.
Yeah, dude.
I always-
can do whatever I want, man.
It's almost like he's
can
a
model
new
some video
game. He's like a
games.
new game plus character in a tutorial level. Like he's just wreaking havoc with all these new skills and everything. And people,
Oh
was
man,
like,
he's a new game plus character who got to 99, but the game only like really needed you to go to 40.
Yeah, basically. Yeah. All right, hold on. Let's just give our review now, and then I have a question to pose for you guys.
sure.
All right. So, well, we haven't made you go first
I
yet.
too have a question to pose.
Yeah.
What is your review of this anime? Of just anime? I mean, so our rating system, guys, if you guys haven't remembered in a while, we do good anime, just anime, bad anime, and I forgot about this one, but we brought up a new genre of anime during the wrestling one. The Kakyuen, how do you say counter?
Gyakuten.
Gyakuten anime, which is the anime that was like supposed to be bad, but it was so bad that it was actually really good.
It was like they kept on throwing rocks that had snow inside them, but they were snowballs, but the rocks were not. And then after enough, you were delirious enough.
So
that
like
it
so
was- they were throw-
yeah. So bad that was good.
I was gonna say like it's like biting into a rotten apple, but it turned out to actually be made out of entirely chocolate. Or biting a doorknob and finding out that it's actually made out of chocolate.
or biting into chocolate and finding out it's an onion.
That's bad anime.
But I like onions.
Oh, okay.
Then that's
for you,
good.
then.
Yeah,
That's Gyakuten anime.
of course.
So, well, what would you give this anime?
Honestly, I would just give it just anime.
Yeah.
Because I feel like it's not anything different from some of the other horror or slice of life anime where there's a character and he just kind of collect women along his journey and like they just
Wow, refer to them like possessions.
Collects women.
like they basically fall in love with them and it's
It's
just like
basically Pokemon with women.
it's like you got
Woman.
your same trope of characters. It's just they look different and act different and have different voice actors really. And there's like just a few things that
How do you have the same trope if it looks different and acts different?
I meant like they look. I mean, I
What
said
do
that
you
wrong.
mean?
The women just look different, but they act the same basically.
Oh, I see.
But they always have their own like little stick to it. Like, yeah, he have a smartphone, but again, we discussed like he didn't really
Do anything.
he didn't use it in a special way or anything. It just Like it just, oh yeah, I have my smartphone that I can take pictures or even look up the maps if I get lost or if I need to find someone.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
No,
But,
he did become his own printer. That was pretty.
Yeah, I mean,
Fun.
I guess. I mean, it's not bad.
Here, you want
where,
pictures of sushi and Orphan Girl?
little Annie.
Oh shit, he could start the CP industry. Oh, no.
Oh god. Well,
But
that's
he'd be
the-
okay
I mean,
there.
That's the other thing is that he's just taking things that are.
He could be the
exist
Hugh
here.
Hefner of his world.
He could have. Yeah, his
I mean, he
charisma is
could-
through the roof.
He could have supplies his own army with all the money he got and create his own weapons and
Well, he's gonna be the king anyway, so it doesn't matter.
yeah. But I mean, like, it's not.
Why create when you can inherit?
Yeah.
It wasn't bad anime. There was some stuff I enjoyed. It was somewhat funny in some sense, but I mean, it wasn't good anime. But it's just like any other anime that you can probably find for.
So
it's
just anime.
yeah,
for
it's slice of life form kind of thing.
you. What about you, Julian?
Just anime.
Just
This
anime.
is totally what passes for anime in the anime industry these days. It wasn't horribly animated or anything. Plot was stupid as shit, but yeah, no, it's just anime. I have no opinions about it whatsoever, except that as a not commoner, I think it's below me.
Yeah. All right. Same here, guys. I'm gonna give it just anime as well. You guys touched on all the points that I wanted to say.
Well, it probably did. I didn't say much.
Wall said a lot, but it is all the things that I was gonna say. This is nothing special. This is a dime a dozen anime. The little difference here was a smartphone, and it
Yeah,
didn't
it's like
even
when you go
matter.
to the store to buy chocolate. This is chocolate.
yeah.
Yeah.
It might not be the
Like,
chocolate you like. It might not be fine chocolate.
it can definitely get lost in the genre. Like if you're looking for something similar, like it's
This is
a dime-
American
It's
chocolate.
it's really like a dime a dozen.
All right, so we're just gonna move on into questions.
What's the
Well,
question you
not-
had for us, though?
I was gonna say, yeah. Well, this is kind of like tying in our Yahoo questions and then into regular.
Then I have
questions.
another question first.
Okay,
Who was best girl?
that's a good question.
Me
That's a
and
good
Wah
question.
might have the same.
We do
But
have the same one. I know we have. The
I
same
might
one.
have the same one too.
Who?
Okay, ready? We'll do this on 3 and then go into explanations.
Okay.
1, 2, 3.
Cool.
Yai.
White Monarch.
I heard White Monarch and Kohaku.
Yeah.
I have no clue what you said.
I said Yai. I feel so exposed.
Yeah. I honestly thought you were gonna go with our way, but
I had no clue what Sigurd would do.
All right, so
As soon as I confirmed that Kohaku was a girl in the episode where they summoned the Black Monarch, I was like, "Yep, that's best girl." She's too cute.
it's adorable.
Just because of her chibi form, but you didn't like her.
Oh
regular-
no! And I'm glad she stayed out of that for the majority of the thing.
Look,
like
if you can't handle her at her words, you can't handle her at her best.
It's fine. I'm okay with just passing it too.
So you're basically saying that White Monarch with no makeup on is not your cup of tea.
I would
Yeah.
consider that makeup, wouldn't it?
What's her original form, Wah?
The giant tiger.
Okay,
And then so when
if-
she made herself up to be something else.
Yeah, like she put makeup on to be chibi, right?
yeah, so I don't like her non-makeup form.
Oh, okay. I misheard that.
God. And then
Just the opposite of normal.
yeah, well,
I'm
what,
also not a furry, so
well, what about you? Why Kohaku?
No, again, same reason. Like she was really cute throughout the whole episode. I mean, like
Kohaku was a total bro.
Yeah, that's why I thought it was a boy the entire time. Until they called him a girl.
How could you think that something talking like this was a boy?
And drawn like him.
Just because she had muscles doesn't mean she's a man.
But I think, in honesty, out of the real girls, like
Oh, you're
human girls,
changing your answer now?
Yeah. Well, no,
Wow.
I think I like Kohaku the best. But I mean, if I were to pick like a natural human,
Does that mean that you can't pick Lean? Because she's a fairy? Or Olga? Because she
I mean,
has eyebrows?
you know,
She's a
like
furry.
humanoid, I guess.
Okay.
But no, I wouldn't pick them. The youngest of the sister, Lin.
The one who was born second?
Big
Yeah.
titties.
Magic Quiet Girl?
Pretty much, because I felt
Lin's-
like she was the normal out of the 8, 7, 6 girls.
All of the girls had pretty... Okay, tsunderes don't truly exist the way that they exist in anime. I'll give you that. Yumina was too mature for her age, but there are younger girls who like fall for older guys. I don't think anything was wrong with Yai's character. She was slightly clumsy and very respectable, which is why she
I
was
think
my
it's
favorite.
the whole like she's from feudal Japan is kind of weird.
She's very
out of my
She's
out
a
of my
very
era.
weak character, I'd say.
I mean, like,
She just went along with the flow most of the time. Like, I love you, Toya. Me too, Dekozaru.
well, she didn't want to reveal her feelings. That's why she was reserved.
She was very reserved.
Very reserved. Okay.
She was a brick wall.
Not a
But
brick wall.
Not a brick house
but
either.
yeah,
She was a
Sigurd,
brick
why
house.
do you like? Which one was it? Yuma?
Yeah,
the one we
were just
the one
talking about.
talking about.
Yeah.
I liked her because she was a respectable character who was very polite and
Willing to be a hoe.
no, because all of them were willing to be hoes.
Whatever. I'm
The
just
she
saying
den
that-
hoe existed.
I'm just
I
saying that
forgot to
she.
say, like,
Usually, I would have picked Elsa, I think, because I like Soons, but yeah, I don't know. Yeah, it was better for me. I thought I liked the
I guess
clumsiness.
that Yae and older sister are also standing on the podiums as 2 and 3. I'm not sure who though.
After Koaku.
Yeah, Kawaku's number 1, hands down.
I kind of forgot. Like, this is like one of the only harem anime where like almost he hook up with everyone. Like it's actually a full harem instead of him picking one.
That's something that actually bothered me a lot, which almost wanted me to make a call bad anime, but no, this is just
What?
anime.
That he can't just have everyone?
Yeah.
Come on, man. This is not the world you're used to. What's
Yeah.
your question? What's your question?
I was gonna say, how do we make this anime better?
All right. First, you give your main character personality.
You had to put in some conflict, like
Have
I mean,
him
like
struggle.
yeah, like the first episode he said, "Oh, I can't read it right," and then the second episode he mastered almost every single element and spell he knows.
Reading and writing didn't matter to him anymore because he could read on his smartphone. That's how he found out the name of the clothing place. He couldn't read the sign, but when he looked at it on his mini map, he was like, "Oh, it's Japanese. I can read it."
I guess, but I mean, it's just like, yeah, I mean, like have more depth into his character because he was just like, "Oh yeah, I'm just going with the flow." Like, "Oh, I'm dead. Okay, that's not a problem for me. Nothing
I
new."
feel another thing that would make this anime better is not have it be based off a light novel.
I thought it was.
doesn't work out well.
The
I thought-
original content.
I thought this was based off a dating sim. I didn't know it'd be based off a light novel.
I think something else that could be done is having the whole story. I hate it when they just animate like here's up to the first 10 out of 30 chapters.
Yeah, no, I agree.
I'll stop for a second. You guys got anything?
For me, it would have been to have a character that truly could oppose him. Like
I agree.
conflict, I think would have made this anime infinitely better. I would have even been okay if it was not like, because there's always that cringy moment in harem anime when like all the girls don't like you because of some stupid misunderstanding. I did appreciate that didn't really exist here. But if Thanos if Thanos came in
Thanos gonna
earlier,
steal his girls, dude.
that's what's gonna happen, and that's what's gonna make me cringe because I think that's a lame like strife.
Really? You never?
I would rather Thanos here or Ender. We don't know what his ability is. We don't know if he got God boosted or Devil boosted or whatever. But if he has his own squad of people to
He's
like,
the devil hand.
yeah, it's like, what if he has his own squad of people to like mess up that kingdom, and he's doing that because he's tied in with some other kingdom? I would find that more compelling than Mr. Steal Your Girl.
Or maybe not even that. Like if he actually,
Steal your girls.
because like in this world, it kind of looked like there's already like peace established. But I mean, it would have been interesting if there was a war and he had to actually kind of participate in.
There was a war.
Was there?
He participated in Ishin's war. He
Ishin's
single-handedly won that
I mean,
war.
I guess like
Are you kidding me, Wa? He literally fought a war.
more of a struggle of a war. Like
It wouldn't be a struggle because of his skill set.
So the other thing I would have done is instead to help make this anime maybe a little bit more interesting is instead of giving him affinity for all magic, something that could still be very useful but not as OP is if he could cast all null magic that he learned.
Well, not even that. Like he can have all the magic, but like actually have him like look exhausted after using a bunch of magic.
No, he has too much mana.
It's the power of springtime of youth.
I
guess, but I mean,
felt
like-
cooler spells would have been nice.
Oh yeah, he only ever used like the
Light
same spell
lance,
over.
light lance, light lance, light lance.
slip,
That's 'cause
slip.
Because if you could
Reload.
cast a lance made out of light, you would think that'd be pretty sick too.
No, I wouldn't. I would try for something else. I'd try and get Luminaire from Chrono Cross or something.
I see. Okay.
You know, something cool.
You just have Chrono Cross on the brain.
Why? What do you mean? That's the first mention of
I
Chrono
mean,
Cross.
sorry, whatever. Anyways,
That's 2 different
I
games.
know, and that's why I tried to change it because it's Xenoblade. But, anyways,
If I could have the power of the Monado. You don't even know what the Monado does, Sigurd?
no.
Holy shit, the Monado's fucking legit, dude.
Oh, okay.
I'll
Thanks,
explain
man.
that to you later, man.
Later, I was like, do it while we play Brawl. All right. Well, do you have any ideas? Cause
Honestly, not really. 'Cause,
Fight a
I mean,
war.
like, get more conflict. Like, it's like, or make him actually like look like he's
Struggling.
struggling. Like, or
He's
like-
struggling on if he wants these hoes or not.
Yeah, no, that was his problem. Like,
Oh, there's the conflict, guys.
yeah, like his greatest foe was his own.
Do I
arm.
love these hoes?
Yeah.
he didn't listen to Tupac.
Stupid Japanese boy.
All right. So we're going to move on to the actual next part of our segment, which will one day be listener emails, but we go on to Yahoo questions. So I did the little switch thing. Yahoo questions. So, first question from
Who is this first question from?
Yes.
Yes.
you guys didn't have who wrote it, but here's
Yeah.
a question. What are your top 5 overpowered anime characters? I'm going to shorten this to top 3.
Oh, okay. I'm about to say,
Simon, Dio, Jotaro. Oh. Just real quick.
Shimon, Dio, Jotaro. Okay.
So Dio and Jotaro. Well, if I can only pick one time stopper, let's go with Aomi.
Oh, I mean, I couldn't stop time.
Yeah, no, I mean, if I could only pick one of Dio and Jotaro, I'd go Aomine as number 3.
Okay.
Just kidding, I wouldn't pick him.
I mean, wasn't he overpowered? In his
Yeah, but
own
he's not
world?
my favorite.
Well, overpowered doesn't mean your favorite.
No, it doesn't say favorite.
Oh, whatever.
It's
He's still,
like
he's
the
still
worst
not.
top 5.
He's still not the overpoweredest.
Yeah, it doesn't say favorite. It's just what are your top 5 overpowered anime characters. Yeah. I'm guessing you actually have a list of 5.
Yeah, because I had to
You
think
found
about
this.
it.
That's
Yeah.
cheating.
So go for it.
What?
I do this on the fly. You're doing
I'm
this.
about to do this on the fly too.
Wow, you cheating ass.
Well, my intention was I would go first while
My
you guys think
intentions
about
were
it. Yeah.
All right, go ahead.
I was thinking Saitama, Alucard, and Beerus. Just because, like, almost all of them just kind of one-hit people. Like,
Beerus is from what anime?
Dragon Ball Super.
Oh, okay.
ga.
Gang 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 gachidase.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, because, like, it's like they have, like,
I forgot about
they
Saitama.
really have, like, 0 training, but they're,
Hey, what are you talking about?
well, okay.
Saitama does 100 push-ups and sit-ups every day and runs 10 kilometers.
Yeah,
you
he worked
asshole.
for that. He sleeps with no air condition.
Oh, even on a hot night.
Yeah, man.
It's just like in their world, it's just like they're just really crazy overpowered and like they can just one hit everything.
Okay. I would go just to try to make sure that I'm picking people that you didn't pick. I'll say Goku, even because Goku can fight Beerus, right?
No.
And Ultra Instinct he can.
No.
Ultra Instinct he can.
I doubt it.
They were so fearful of him because of
So?
it. Okay.
Beerus was also concerned about Kaioken times 20 Super Saiyan Blue, but he still says he's better than that.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm gonna say Goku, Aizen, and I had no time. Fighting anime, Luffy.
It's too bad Luffy wasn't overpowered enough to stop his brother from dying.
What about Blackbeard? Blackbeard's a little bit overpowered.
Well, no, he is.
Not
Yeah.
really.
Well, kind of. I mean,
he can do any fruits thing, right? That's
well,
his fruit now.
he's the only one that can have multiple fruit at the same time.
Yeah, it's a bit overpowered for that world.
Eh.
Yes, Jotaro is better than the 3 that I said. Saitama is better than the 3 I said. Except Aizen. I think Aizen could mess up all those people. Genjutsu, man. Mess up your senses. Anyways, next question.
Oh no, what could it be?
If you
pick a
could
good
bring
one.
an item from your world into another world, what would you bring?
Smartphones?
No, it'd be stupid. I wouldn't do that. Does it have to be my item? Or can I just bring an item?
An item. We'll make it an item.
What kind of other world?
You don't get to. We'll make it. Well, I mean, you'll have as much information as God gave Toya.
So
It's magical.
Magical?
Uh-huh.
I'd take a nuke big enough to annihilate the planet.
How would you
carry it?
Yeah, how would you launch said
Don't need to
nuke?
launch it. Just activate it. I didn't say a missile.
What?
You should be sitting on it. It's like, yeah, try me, fuckers.
No. I just do it as soon as I get there.
What?
My life is ruined. Fuck all these people.
Like, give them, like, you don't even give them the plate or anything. It's like, you can teleport to them. I can't.
You killed one.
Just like I'll kill them all.
Oh,
My Uncle Ben used to say, "Kill them all."
that's horrible. What? Oh, jeez. Whew.
That is not the kind of thing I would expect from an uncle named Ben. Uncle Ben.
Yeah, he would always
Kill
tell
them
me.
all, Peter.
Yeah,
Kill them
exactly
all.
what he said to me.
All right. Do you have one more?
Yeah, I'll bring my ID so when I die, they can properly identify the body. Because I'm not going to survive in this.
They can't read your writing, you idiot.
I would bring a deck of cards. Because I'm not going to be overpowered or anything. I think if I could just replicate a deck of cards and teach everyone how to play a game, I could become a merchant and make money and live a normal tavern life while people played card games. Sorry, it's just so boring.
So you're going to open up a...
Wait, no, mine isn't boring.
You're going to open
They're all
up...
gonna
I'm
suffer.
bringing a nuke. God. That's like, yeah, because unless you get the guarantee from God that you'll have unlimited power, most of our like most amazing things need electricity. And then after that, what are you gonna do? Be Toya? Make a bicycle for people? You're just making toys that they don't have yet.
Pretty much, you're just advancing their, like...
Their technology.
Oh,
Yeah,
I'd love to bring a colony that I could drop.
a colony is a mass of people, man. You can't just bring a colony.
No, it's a one thing. It's like a building. You know?
Are you trying to think of, like, Final Fantasy VII? Or were you thinking of, like... Avenger Age of Ultron and to have, like, a whole city to drop on people?
No, I'm just talking about a colony, like a space colony. Come on, man.
All right.
The
What do you mean,
ISS.
come on? Like, it's like...
Next question. Last question.
Good.
Why and I keep falling down? I just tripped going up the stairs in school, and I just turned 18 a few weeks ago, and I just gotten used to my adult legs. Tripping on flat surface occurs rarely, but it happens out of nowhere. Is it normal to do this or not?
Sound like some kid is casting slip on you.
Yeah, basically.
So, sounds like you need to eat breakfast.
Why is he falling down at the age of 18, guys?
You're...
He's just getting used to his adult legs. It's like a tiny colt.
Tiny legs.
Fresh out of the womb.
It's either like his shoes is worn out and it is slippery, or he's in a world where everything is waxed.
Judging by how the way you said it, I'm going to assume he wrote it like that
Yeah.
and
You
say
can always assume that.
he does not take great care.
Are you saying it in his language?
No, he just doesn't take great care.
Of what?
Anything?
Of himself. Sounds like, I guess.
He doesn't take great care with him on any venture. You know what I mean?
I guess the way he's wrote it, it also sounds like he's the type of person that just runs everywhere instead of walking. So maybe that's why he's slipping.
Maybe because he's not going up the stairs on all fours like most normal people do.
Okay.
Yes, that is how normal people go upstairs.
You
on
sure
all
you're not a
fours.
furry? But
No, but it is beast mode.
I'm gonna say, I mean, since he's 18 though, as a boy, well, we don't even know if it's a boy or not.
Cerebral palsy. He's Walt Jr.
Yeah, maybe his ears are imbalanced. Maybe he's listening to music too much, messed up his eardrums, so his sense of balance is off, so he keeps falling.
Maybe he has clubfoot.
Maybe.
One leg is longer than the other.
Yeah, go to the doctor, dude. You should actually get that checked out. All right,
His mental health checked
let's
out.
just move on. We're gonna close it, guys. We're getting close. This is a long one.
I enjoy long podcasts.
Anime recommendations.
I'll go first.
Okay.
So while I was watching this anime, there was a second anime I was watching.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh.
you're watching 2 animes?
Yes, there was.
I am so surprised.
I'm also actually watching another anime aside from this
We'll
one.
always watch the anime. That doesn't count.
I mean, I'm
Okay.
watching another anime too, but yeah.
I haven't.
This is Julian.
I haven't finished my anime completely yet.
Uh-huh.
But the one I would recommend is called Hero Man.
Oh, the Stan Lee.
Yeah.
The good Stanley one.
Did any of us recommend this on the reflections?
Yes, I think I did.
Oh, you
sure
took
you did.
you took was.
I did not take his recommendation. I've wanted to watch Hero Man since like 2009.
Oh, okay. It's
I
funny
just
because
never did.
I had the guys over during last weekend and we were like going through anime, just like what I should watch. And Wilson said I should watch Hero Man. He showed me the opening scene and not opening scene, closing credits or opening theme song. One of them was made by Flow, I think.
Oh yeah,
And
that's
it was
the
good.
first ending.
Yeah, it was good. Okay.
Yeah,
Hero Man.
it's got a bland, personality-less character in Hero Man, just like Toya. And then you got
A cheerleader girl. There's a lot of America in that anime.
It's
isn't there?
very America.
It's America.
America.
You got your not Japan setting. I don't know. It's cool.
All right, Hero Man. It's cool.
Better than this
No,
one.
really though. Like I was watching Hero Man and I realized like this is what anime can be, but this is not what people make.
Is this as good as like since we're talking about heroes? Is it like on Boku no Hero Academia kind of coolness for heroes?
Yeah, it's great.
Okay.
It's incredible. It's fantastic. It's sublime.
Right.
Art's good, effects good.
Yeah, no,
characters are good.
it's
yeah.
like, whoa, people cared. People cared when they made this.
So you're telling me that you're liking Hero Man because it's not a shitty anime?
Yeah, exactly, dude. Like it's crazy.
Well, what's it about? Like, get into the plot a little bit.
You're making him go.
There's
really
an
deep
alien
into-
invasion,
Uh-huh.
and Hero Man gets born because he's a toy that gets hit by lightning
Oh, cool.
and beats up the aliens.
Nice.
And the government's like, we gotta get this dude who thing the thing. But then they're like, no, we're friends now. And there's more stuff going on.
Yeah, but that's a good synopsis. Now people can a little bit know what Hero Man's about. Thanks, Julian. What about you, Wal?
You won't see it on this podcast.
Ugh.
I think I'm going to go with the obvious choice called
Konosuba.
yes.
I knew you were going to take it.
Ugh.
Well, I mean,
Basic.
were you going to
Wow,
do it or?
Nope, I have a better one.
Okay, perfect. Because like just in case I had a backup one, just in case if you wanted to
Oh, I
take
have
that
a
one.
backup one too. It's called Tenchi Muyo.
Yeah.
And then I got Tenchi
Yeah.
in Tokyo.
But, you know-
and Tenchi Universe. and then Tenchi Muyo GX.
And Inuyasha.
You know, same
Wow.
concept. A guy dies. He can only bring one thing to the new world, and he chose God,
The goddess.
goddess. Yeah, and it's pretty funny. Like it's hilarity is involved.
All right, I'm going to help you out a little bit. Toya is the one who dies in this anime. Well, he doesn't even die. Well, yeah, he does.
Yeah,
he gets
Toya
hit by
dies.
a car. He gets hit by a car,
I'm
right?
confused. They're both named
Oh.
Toya?
I mean, wait. Oh,
Oh, no, Kazakun.
Yeah.
Kazuko?
Shit, man.
no,
you
yeah.
gotta-
Oh yeah, no. The way he died is funny because he would
He
try
died
to,
of a heart attack.
yeah, because he thought he was
I remember this because
Yeah.
Wilson forced us to watch that episode.
a girl was going to get hit by a car, push her out of the way. died-
No, she wasn't.
But yeah,
It
she
was a
wasn't.
tractor, I think.
Yeah, and then he died from shock. Everyone laughed at him, even the doctors and his parents.
Yeah,
Didn't
they
he
couldn't
shit
believe
himself
died.
when he died?
Yeah,
Yeah, I think-
they couldn't believe he died that way. But yeah, he goes into the next world by tricking God because he's a smartass. And what makes this anime great is that the main character is not a super respectable human that's trying to be polite to
Oh yeah, no,
everyone.
he's trash. Like
He's so trash that it's
scumbag.
like
He's
he's douchey.
human.
Yeah.
He feels real. He's like taking advantage of an anime fantasy, and that's what makes it a little bit more fun. Also, the trope characters that are with him all kind of have something a little bit different than what we're used to seeing. Being that the goddess is kind of dumb, that's why I like her. The little wizard has like no mana compared to Toya or anyone else from this magical world that we just saw. And we did get this one's a little bit common. The paladin or the tank is actually a little bit of a masochist. So, yep, with great character art
I don't
and
think that's common at all.
is it?
For a comedy,
I think for a comedy it exists a lot.
I guess I just don't watch comedies
I guess so.
involving tanks.
Either way, it's pretty fun. It's a good watch for something not so serious but still a little bit compelling.
Well, What's
But
your recommendation?
Speaking of something that's a little bit more compelling, that's a little bit of an isekai. Grimgar Fantasy and Ash. This one, people are waking up in a different world, and they believe that they're not being born naturally into this world because they have no memories of growing up there, but they understand that something is happening. They get recruited by this it's like coming into a magical world and being told you're going to be a guild adventurers.
Time to watch Alice in Borderland.
What?
Don't worry about it.
Okay.
Sure, use that as a recommendation too, guys. Alice in Borderland.
All right. So in Grimgar, our main characters understand that they have to survive together, while understanding this magical world. And for people who are into like MMOs or Dungeons and Dragons, they really touch hard on the struggles of like level 1. Like if you suck at your job, you don't have amazing abilities, so teamwork is essential. Character development in this one is also very strong. I think that was one of the most character-driven fantasy animes that I've seen in a while, because in fantasy animes you usually get stuff like what we watch in I Came Into This World with My Smartphone. So for a beautiful soundtrack and compelling story, Grimgar of Fantasy and Ash, Fantasy of Grimgar and Ash, that's my recommendation. Wow, guys.
Yeah, I was gonna clap too.
We made it to the end, and we're hitting close to episode 10 of season 2, meaning that we're getting close to the end of our season of season 2. Holiday season is coming up for us currently as we're recording this, so there might be a little bit of a lull. I know that we haven't been the best, and I know I've apologized many times, but
we're working on it.
We're still working on it.
Some people are tired of hearing apologies and would rather have actions.
We're producing content. It's coming out. But what I wanted to ask our viewers on this episode is, with episode 10 coming out, that was the one that we actually had producer Jelly Sound. I don't even know why to call him that. It's Jonathan.
Shout out his handle, man.
Yeah.
Find him at twitch.tv/jellysound.
Or at Jelly Sound on Twitter. But
or at Discord Jellysound. I mean,
don't give us
at Jellysound 2481.
Why would it Jelly Sound? Why would his screen name be different in Discord? They'll go and find him anyways.
Anyways, get his number. Hashtag 2481.
So with episode 10 coming out, that's when we did the biking anime with was it McDougal? Sandy McDougal?
Yeah, Sandy McBagel.
And we had our producer with us. If you haven't heard in our other podcast, Jelly Sound has his own podcast called Game Grub out now with a friend of his, where they talk about video games while eating food. So I think it'd be nice to have Jelly Sound back on here. Let us know. If no one says anything, I'm going to have him on with us anyway. So with that,
we don't care what your guys'
I don't care what
is.
you think, guys, apparently, because no one ever wants to talk to us. But yeah, with that, I hope that you guys have a Daijo Crew day, because it's Daijo Boo over here. We're finally going to get some food, speaking of Game Grubs, and Julian's going to play games.
Yeah.
Happy holidays.
Goodbye.
Merry Christmas, Hana Kwanzaa to you.
It's a Festivus for the rest of us.
Dead ass.
Oh boy, what an episode! As the crew said, I'm producer Jellysound here for the episode wrap. The ironic thing about that question to the audience is that by the time you're hearing this, we will already be recording the episode I'll be a part of. I've started that anime, and boy is it a doozy! Send help. You can interact